Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for a massive matchup in the Women's Rugby League World Cup. It is none other than the final taking place at Eden Park. Now, they mentioned the weather was supposed to be a little bit shaky, but it looks like sun's actually come out in Auckland, which is absolutely awesome to see. We've currently got the Black Ferns, and they are singing the New Zealand national anthem. Then we will hear England's national anthem. Now, the thing is, England's squad are almost as big as the winning streak they are currently on. 30 matches. Can the Black Ferns do it, though?
Yep.
There you go.
They've got the crown.
They do. And it can be a massive deciding factor for a side. We saw that in the game between Munster and South Africa. A lot of people felt Munster were going to be defeated, but that was not the case. We can see Portia Woodman there in tears for the New Zealand national anthem. They've got a side that certainly will want to be able to put on a great show in front of this Eden Park crowd. What happening on the field? Says Humpet, the same as it was before, which is the New Zealand national anthem being sung. So we are still a little bit away from the kickoff, probably about, I'd say, 5 minutes, somewhere around there. But looking through at the New Zealand starting lineup, what they have got in their starting lineup is certainly dangerous for the Kiwis.
That's awesome.
I think the big one that was missing from earlier on in the week they mentioned was Makeli Tu'u, no longer at number 8, but Pip Love, Ponsonby and Rule will be the front row. Ruiz and Bremner as the two locks. And then also Alana Bremner, the sister of C. Bremner, as she's known on there, is going to be there at number 6. Seta Hirini at number 7. And then McMiniman is going to be there at number 8. Cox Edge gets the start at 9 with Demant at 10. Fitzpatrick and Flula linking up in the midfield, 2 7s, ladies. And then Portia Woodman, Ruby, Tui, and Renee Holmes there at number 15. Then looking quickly at England's side that they have gone with. Now, these guys, or these women, I should say, are dangerous. I mean, I'm looking at Sarah Hunter there, the captain. She will be one to watch out for. Out on the wing, Thompson, Kildun at 15. She's been joining the line beautifully in England's last few matches. Aitchison in the midfield as well. And also we're getting the Nick Minimum says to wear there. And howdy, Hamish and Donna, love the mother and son combo. So heartwarming. Let's go, the Kiwi gals. And also don't sleep on the English girls. They can play. And yeah, you don't get a 30-match winning streak by not being decent at rugby.
Yeah.
You know, and including in that win streak is actually 2 wins at least over the Black Ferns.
Yep.
So maybe.
Yeah, but that was before Wayne Smith.
But still on the record, isn't it? We have got the donation from Sweet As. I'm pumped. Come on, Kiwi girls all day, says Sweet As there as well. So England actually in a very wide layout, I guess, facing off against the haka, which is interesting because some sides try and go for the diamond. Some sides go for like the all bunch together. England have decided we're going to create a whole heap of gaps. Top of the season, Hamish, says Aiden, and they're, and only joking, you know, says Alan King, and there, and also the crowd is fire. Yeah, they will be fired up for this match beyond belief for this game, because at the end of the day, a World Cup final on New Zealand soil, there were chances last week that made it look like it was going to be England versus France. Imagine that. Would have been interesting, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't have been a sellout.
Although France in their game actually just before up against Canada, winning at 36-0. So they have themselves the bronze. And they certainly show that they are still a top contender in this one's World Cup. Now for the haka, says Nov Mum, and also we have got their Sweet As with the dosh, says Mako Vonapola. But looking through at England's journey up till this point, we have got their previous matches. As you can see, they started the competition like a house on fire, 84 points to 19 over the Fijians. And that game was relatively close at halftime till it wasn't at full time, when England just well and truly ramped it up. They had a close game up against France, 13 points to 7, 75-0 up against the South Africans, and then a massive win over the Australians, 41-5. Their closest, and I guess you'd say their toughest task was actually beating Canada in that semi-final. A little bit of extra pressure on England to try and perform in that game, and they were able to do just that. Looking through at New Zealand, they started well up against Australia, even though they were 14-0 down, I believe, in that contest. Then they beat Wales 56-12. Then they beat Scotland 57-0, 55-3 over the Welsh again in the quarterfinals. So actually very similar to what they had in the group stage up against them. And then that semi-final last week all came down to a kick. France missed it, and New Zealand made their way through to the final.
Go.
Also more exciting than Kane and Co, says Shane V. And also maybe England will choke, it says Anoy. And also, so as the Black Ferns, so if the Black Ferns win, how long will it take for JK to shut it, says Gareth. Well, he's a man who's very opinionated, isn't he, Sir JK? He either gets things very right or very wrong. There's no in between.
No.
Looking through at the starting lineups for these two sides, it's going to be a very entertaining one. We know it's going to be fast-paced. Both of these sides will want to make sure that they start this match well but finish it even better. New Zealand normally come right in the second half, whereas England, they're normally fast starters.
Yeah, so we can't let them get too far ahead.
And it was the reference, say hi to your mum. I'm predicting 35-25 to England. What do you think? Says Kevin, not too sure who the referee is yet. I assume it's going to be Holly Davidson, maybe, the Scottish referee, but we aren't 100% yet. I thought they said Holly Davidson, but it's Holly Aitchison who's actually in the midfield for the English. And howdy, Marco, says Shane Weber. Do let me know your score predictions in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, for this contest. You're getting nervous, aren't you?
Oh, really? Yeah.
And the game hasn't even kicked off yet.
I mean, either way, the Black Ferns have won anyway, haven't they?
Well,
I mean, look at the crowd. Look at everyone watching the live stream, watching TV.
Holly Davidson in charge.
Yep.
Of this game. The Scottish referee who almost had a tear in her eye as this game's about to kick off. But New Zealand, they will be kicking this one to the English, going from right to left, looking at it the way we are at Eden Park. A sellout Eden Park crowd as well. And also we've got that the English pack is like a men's Bok pack. Says Hanoi, and also we've got the Black Ferns need to score first. And how's it going, Shane V? Hope all as well. But says Marco Vonapola there. We have got the 5-4-3-2-1. Okay, I was a bit early, 3, 2, 1, and now they're going to be kicking off the grand final of the Women's Rugby World Cup. New Zealand will kick to the left-hand side. Nicely taken by England and the former Lydia Thompson, who's taken down in the tackle by, I believe it would have been Georgia Ponsonby. Now across England, sitting about 35 metres out from their own line. They may consider a kicking option, and they do just that. Put it into the pocket for Zoe Harrison. Now, kick down the middle of the park, taken nicely by Demant, gives it on the inside to Renee Holmes. Will look to attack the line, trying to go through, but that is one thing that we saw France do very well, was actually that work in the breakdown, and we've seen it once again. That time it was Cocaine who was able to do it beautifully and rip the ball away. What do you mean you don't know?
I see, what a name.
Oh, what a name. I thought you were trying to say she may have done it illegally in the breakdown, just like her substance name. Now left, the English go. Going to be kicked in behind, waiting for this one to bounce awkwardly. Renee Holmes only 5 metres out from her own line. Does a nice run forward, though. And she goes through, but a good low tackle made by Emily Scarrett. And England by 7, says Dallin there. And also motorways in Auckland. Pick this, Arvo. Because this game. You don't like the England prediction.
No.
Now charging forward, New Zealand.
Gotta let it go.
Just outside of their own 22. I think that was maybe flopping over the middle of that breakdown was Packer. Now losing her footing there. Finds the pass, though. Teresa Fitzpatrick goes on the outside to Alana Bremner. New Zealand still inside of their own 22. And like they're saying, it's a long first sequence. The ball has not gone out yet. Stamina will be tested throughout this game, I would think. Definitely, if it is played at this tempo. Now it looks like Coxie's going to be rolling it back into the pocket. Gives it to Demant, who didn't look like she put a huge amount on that. She was just going strategy, and I think it actually worked quite well. Bouncing it into touch.
Yeah, but women didn't know what was going on.
And these ladies are in top shape. Amish go, Kiwi lads, rock this game, says Ruth, and also morning from a chili cape down to you and your mum. This is a call, it can't it? Oh, it's gone on the outside. Now Aitchison gives him one more. Good fan down the wing. Abigail Dowd, ball on the inside. Just manages to regather there, Lydia Thompson. But New Zealand now 10 metres out from the line, feeling a lot of pressure here from the English, who will just keep on attacking and attacking and attacking until they get through. It's going to be Infante. Gives it across now. Nice pass. Short ball. Packer runs onto it. England only 5 metres out from the line, and that is going to be the advantage now in favour of England. Now back across. One more. Harrison goes on the outside. England, the draw and pass. And it's going to be the first try of the match. And it's Ellie Kildunn who does score it. Don't be so sad. It's still early in the match.
It is, yep.
It's a nice try early on. Ellie Kildunn. Actually, surprisingly, her first try of the Rugby World Cup.
Really?
And I would have thought she would have scored by now, to be honest, but no. And who would you wife up out of the 30 females on the field, says Marco there. It's a tough question to answer, isn't it? And well, very sharp the English, says Annoying. No, says Nov Mum. I say it's going to be a try fest. I probably haven't thought too deep into it, to be honest.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, you're going to give your approval for one of them?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like it's a weird one. I haven't really thought about it in depth enough to have a judgment. Because, I mean, as a rugby player, I mean, you just want someone who knows how to run. Because I can't run. I almost blew my groin playing cricket today. First time I had to feel the ball pop. But it went all right after that. And Paul, amazing how one-eyed Kiwis are going to get smoked, says Stubble in there as well. Or Stu Built, sorry. I should say. And also, here comes the mighty Bond, says Eben Itzebeth. That kick, that's a great one from the touchline, straight down the middle, and it's going to be 7-0 now for England after only 4 minutes in the contest. New Zealand, they had themselves a little bit of an opportunity early, but then England found themselves inside of New Zealand territory, and they weren't going down easy.
Yeah, but this is what England and France and Aussie did.
That is true. I guess it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah, we're just got to keep in touch.
Now, Ruby Tui regathers for the Kiwis, so they've been able to get their own kickoff. It looks like now it will be Coxedge actually told to get out of it for a second there, but now she does the kick in behind. Now, I didn't like what she was doing in the last match up against France with those kicks.
Yeah, but she got territory there.
This time she did.
Yeah.
But as long as she keeps getting territory, it should be fine. But some of them was just pretty much
nothing kicks.
Nothing
at
all.
Like the All Blacks.
Has your mum met your girlfriend yet? She has met my ex-girlfriend, yes. Yeah. There was a scenario that occurred, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
Not ideal.
No.
Coxedge now.
But anyway, we moved on. Next.
Now, the wide cut out pass. Nicely taken, Renee Holmes, though. It's a hospital one. Luckily, in Auckland, there's a few hospitals nearby, isn't there?
There is, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Under pressure, though.
One of which Shorten Street, eh?
Yeah. But
what's that one actually called? It's got a name, doesn't it?
It does, but I can't remember what it is.
Oh, England almost able to rip that one away in the breakdown, but now Demant tries to crash her way forward. Another offload there from Pip Love. Good quick hands from the Kiwi woman. It's going to be Coxedge.
You can't take the halfback out. Sorry.
And also Renee Holmes. Says Shane there. And also we go there, would you rather New Zealand women win today? And ABs lose to England in a few weeks, or New Zealand lose today and ABs lose to England? The women to win today.
Which ones? Which ones?
The Black Ferns.
Okay.
And also coming over, elaborate, says Alan King.
Have you actually picked a side?
No, not at all. And also scenario, OMG, me want to hear the story, says Marco.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It's personal.
It's an interesting one.
It is, but it's personal. Rugby's on.
It's an interesting situation, isn't it?
Rugby's on.
Halloween parties and whatnot, isn't it?
Don't go there.
Yeah.
Rugby's on.
I went home and the party kept going.
Rugby's on. Too honest.
6.5 minutes through this contest. Going to be a tough kick for Renee Holmes. She's currently sitting with a 52% accuracy throughout this Women's Rugby World Cup. And also Black Ferns are going to have to dig deep to win here. Exactly right. England are an 80-minute side. And New Zealand are going to have to really push it. And also, what about the Argies versus the Poms, says Shane? That was a brilliant fixture. That's going to be away to the side. Almost brushes the left hand upright, but that is a missed kick and a missed opportunity for the Black Ferns.
Pretty tough one, though.
What matches are you streaming this weekend? We have got the game later on tonight. I believe we're doing the start of Fiji versus Ireland. Then we will be transferring over to Samoa versus England. We may have Wales versus Argentina after that one, and then South Africa versus France. Close out the day, and then we've also got the All Blacks on Monday night as well. A nice offload from New Zealand. Currently 45 metres out from the line. It's going to be Ruiz with a nice drive with the legs. Few extra metres made straight over the ball, though, for England. And that was close to a turnover. In fact, England might still have themselves the ball. No, Alana Bremner gets in his half. Now Hirni goes in behind to Fitzpatrick, starting to attack the line now, trying to go through the gap. Unable to do so. And also, can you read mine? Says Brandon Amish, do you miss on your live stream? I not be here last weekend. Says Brandon there. Exactly right. Now the mark goes for the cross kick. Interesting tactic. If it sits up for Tui, it's going to be dangerous, but she was too busy looking at Zoe Harrison. It's kicked into touch on the fall from the Kiwis. And also very good, very early morning from Germany. And there says Gavin. And the chat as well. And also we have got there, that was like the Brumbies Blues non-turnover, says Hanoi. Yeah, they were really in there, England. I thought that they did get themselves the turnover throughout that little bit of time, but just narrowly missing out. Although now they've got possession and they're in a dangerous part of the field driving forward. Can't believe a Monday morning game. Damn it, I won't be watching that one, says Marco.
Yeah.
And there as well. Renee Holmes. Goes short side. Portia Woodman gets steaming down the wing, still just in the field of play and keeps the ball alive. But Coxedge, it's gone through her hands and it's picked up by Emily Scatter.
Okay.
Now, kick downfield, Zoe Harrison. There's a lot of space there and behind. Renee Holmes has to backtrack well and truly. Now, able to line this one up. Renee Holmes looks to the short side, gets it off to Fitzpatrick again. She's been very prominent in the midfield already. Oh, Holly Davison. Did you see how close she was to blowing her whistle there? I think she was going to give the penalty to England, but instead decided to wait just a little bit longer.
You just got to be patient.
Sirahirani hits it up. 10 minutes almost gone in this final. That's a good counter ruck from the English, but the ball has bounced out on their side. So now it will be the opportunity for Mick Miniman. That's a fun name to say. It's got a whole heap of middle of it. And there's like saying Eminem. Now Coxedge back across now. Demant goes for the kick in behind there.
Knows about it.
No, they don't. And now England have got themselves a counter-attacking opportunity. It's kicked in behind now. The territory game certainly going in favour of the English for the first 10 minutes of the contest. Now New Zealand stuck inside of their own 22 trying to drive forward. As our ABs are looking awesome. They certainly are. And also who are the favourites here to win? New Zealand came in as about $2.50 underdogs for this matchup. Now Sirahirani.
Oh, good. Oh, no.
Oh, that's going to be an offload. It's worked out, though, for the Kiwis. Luckily, Portia Woodman now straight up the middle of the field. And what started as a mistake now turning it into maybe greatness. Off the Sirahirani, the Sevens ladies getting into it. Now New Zealand 35 metres out from the line. That's almost going to be an England turnover, though.
You've got to let it place it.
It's close. Now the Black Ferns, you can hear the crowd getting well and truly behind them now. Big carry forward from Ruiz. Now back across Coxedge. Inside ball from Demant. Fitzpatrick hits it up. New Zealand, their phase play was going all right, but England get the penalty. And there's on, has your lady friend played piano for your mum? No, don't believe so. Yeah, she has?
I was on one.
Yes. And then at the Halloween party, she played with another man's piano, if you know what I'm saying.
Did you have
They'll keep asking questions every time.
Oh, is that why you do that?
Yeah. So anyone who gets that reference will know what they know. You know what I'm saying? Another try come on the Kiwis, says Ruth. And also we've got the Hamish, which is your favourites. Oh, no, I read that one. And also put TV3 on your behind, says Obi. That's all right. We don't mind being behind. Now it's going to be nicely taken by England. Sitting on the halfway line now and looking to attack out to the left-hand side. Nice short ball.
Tackle.
To the hands that kill done. Going off to the left-hand side once again. Infante finds the hands of Lydia Thompson. England, though, they've been able to make a lot of metres in a hurry. That's a counter-rack from the Kiwis and a knock-on from England. No, they've called it as a penalty in favour of the English there.
I've seen the All Blacks do that.
And also, Hamish is obviously a Red Roses fan, says Ebenezer. Is it that obvious, is it? And imagine if England win 2 World Cups in 2 days. That would be massive for them. They've got their big final up against Pakistan tomorrow. Yeah. And I'll do you one better. How about 3 World Cups in 10 days, adding the Rugby League World Cup in there as well?
Yeah. Not this one, though. Only 2.
And then another one next week, says a Marco in there as well. Ruth understood the reference.
Who did?
Ruth. Yeah. 12 and a half minutes through.
Some of them don't understand your wit, do they?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting one, isn't it?
Okay, come on.
Early rolling more here for England at the back. Cocaine getting in there.
This is not good. No.
It's not looking great.
No.
England 5 metres out from the line.
Nov Mum said it.
Now continuing to get a little bit closer here for the English. Cocaine's gone over the white line. It's normally what is the white line is Cocaine, but she has scored herself the try, now the second of the match for the English. And also over there, Maul is just too good, and this is not good. Says no moment. I think Pakistan can beat them in the Cricket World Cup, and England won cup final against Pakistan, sir. Or they haven't quite played yet. They do play tomorrow night. And Hairdressers of the Year in Darlington. Why not call them all World Series? Says Alan. And not looking good, says Rice. Not the start that New Zealand are after. The only benefit you can say here is the fact that they've already had this situation before.
Mm.
Australia scored 2 quick tries against them. I believe France also really pushed them early on in the contest, but the Kiwis looking like they don't quite have an answer for that rolling maul. And also, we're there watching from Spain, says Yari. So welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. And well, they like the box forward, the old style English men with the forwards. And cocaine's gone over the white line. Classic dude, says Nuzzy Williams. So there's a lot of good puns you can say with her name, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm sure you've thought of them all.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
First name's Amy. That's a bit harder to work with. Mm?
Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Less puns.
Yeah.
And also, England are always favourites, even when they are not favourites, says Eben Etzebeth. Oh, what's happening here? Portia Woodman wanted to do the charge down, wasn't allowed to. So now England, they will take another opportunity at this kick. It will be Emily Scattett.
And no one's allowed to charge now.
Mm. And also watching from Bolivia, Hamish says Image. And yeah, so we've got people watching from all around the world. That one's just gone over. So the score now 14-0 in favour of England. And the home crowd, they are still relatively loud, but
they've got to be.
They've definitely got to be. And England won the cup final against Pakistan, says Tishan. Are you saying that they will win or that they did win? Tishan, do let me know, because they play tomorrow in about 24 hours' time for the World Cup final.
And they're going to have to do something special to beat England, I think.
And thank you for the live stream from Samoa.
Samoa.
Says Upholeta. And they're welcome in, mate. We have actually got Samoa versus England taking place later on. And that will be the Rugby League World Cup semi-final. Charge down bomb the Kiwis. Infante. Now going short side. That is a name that is fun to say as well.
It's a bit of a shepherd.
Now, New Zealand looking to defend just outside of the English 22. Now big run forward. She's thrown it straight into the hands of the Kiwis though. Holly Davidson wants to make the tackle.
Come on.
I haven't seen her in action before, Holly Davidson, but it looked like she had decent tackle technique there. She was trying to get the Kiwi. And also know England always think they are favourites, but are so used to defeat that we have a apologist culture, says Alan King. And also we've got the T-shirt World Cup is on the 13th. And Marco definitely hit our number 12, says Marco. Of course he is referring to not actually hitting. Do you know what he's referring to?
Yeah.
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 Do you agree, Nate?
I agree?
16 minutes in. The moment scrum fee for the Black Ferns. Share screen, Lowell says, Sam, sadly, due to licensing, they do end up taking us straight off YouTube. We got a copyright strike last weekend and we didn't even show anything. So it's a scary world out there, the copyright system. Love you, mate. You know, a commentator must be neutral. You got it, says Stublet.
Yeah,
and there as well, nice run.
I don't have to be.
Now Cox Edge goes off to the left-hand side. Wide cut out pass. Portia Woodman one-on-one. Now tries to go the short side again. Nice inside ball to Demant, who just stays in the field of play. Is that a deliberate knockdown?
That's deliberate.
Settle down. It's okay. They're going to go back for it. I think there's an injury, though. And it might be Portia Woodman who stayed down. Go the Black Ferns. And then did I just hear you say Harley Davidson? Not quite Holly Davidson, the referee for this contest. Sarah Hiddeny slings it wide. Ruby Tui now trying to get through the stepping of the English defence. It didn't quite work out, though. Now New Zealand with Cox Edge. Goes back across to the left-hand side. Short ball to McMiniman. Now Ruiz driving hard. 10 metres out from the line now. New Zealand still attacking, but England, they are only one breakdown away from getting themselves a turnover. As you can see, Portia Woodman really badly hurt on the touchline. That could be a massive game changer for the Kiwis. Definitely because I think they want to go out that way. Like I mentioned, England only need one breakdown to turn around the momentum. And they have been able to do just that, strategically keeping it in the field of play. That ball will go out on the halfway line now, and they will have to check on Portia Woodman. And your offsider is anything but, says Stubbill there. Yeah, she does like the Black Ferns.
Why wouldn't I?
You know what? We're going to add a little bit of a stipulation, yeah? How about that?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, if the Black Ferns win, I'll buy you a Black Ferns kit.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Sound like a good deal?
Yep.
Sweet. And do AFL live streams, says Sons King. It is something that we have looked at. Maybe in the future you got copyright strike due to rugby. What were the consequences? Pretty much I had to message the people who copyright struck it, tell them that I didn't show anything. And they went, oh, yeah, no, you didn't. But you had a similar title to ours. So that was why it got copyright struck. Luckily, I got it removed within about 2 days or 1 day. And we were back to our live streaming ways. Right, they're checking this one for Portia Woodman here. So she passes it across. Bit of head on head. Bit of head on head.
Oh.
So you'd have to say,
I know.
Nah, that's the thing. She's
That's-
upright. So I think this is going to be at least a yellow card here for England, because if she ducked down more, ended up hitting her about here in the breast area, I guess, or the chest area, I guess is the best way of describing it, then it would have been maybe just a penalty. But because there's no duck in the way that she approaches that tackle, this could end up being a yellow or a red card here. And this is fantastic for the women's game. England won their World Cup football. What an amazing thing for England to win.
Oh, no,
it's a red card, is it? Or is Holly Davidson? She's got both, has she?
Yeah.
She's walking with a bit of a Scottish stride going forward. She's looking for her. Oi. She says, where's your number 6? I want to have a chat to Alex Matthews. It might have been her. It might have actually been Packer. She gets a red card. Now, I'm not familiar with it. And I think Hanoi's just asked that same question. Is it a 20-minute red card like Super Rugby? I don't think it is. Lydia Thompson, in fact, the lady who gets the red. That's not ideal because she is a dangerous player out on the wing. And in what area, bro? Says Marco, just around the chesticle region. Inside the field of play. Was the comment from Holly Davidson. That was the worst Scottish accent I think I've ever heard. Okay, they're just checking on Portia here. I think she's going to go off for at least an HIA. I think she's gone sleepy.
She's up.
She had a bit of a snooze. And Letty Inga going to be making her way out.
She's not a bad player either.
No, she just gets a bit cocky at times.
Yeah,
See, she already going like that.
She's a winger.
Yeah, but she made a mistake and then she was talking to the French woman like she had done something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And also we've got there Scottish Stride, says Hanoi, and also listening from Canada, says Etza. Welcome in. And also, lads, please don't tell us results, please. Cheers, brothers, says Amako. And there in 20 minutes, it's crazy. That should be 100 weeks, says Humpet. So I guess she'd almost be ready for like 2025-ish, 2024 if she's lucky. That was the case. But Portia Woodman now, she's back up to her feet, but I would say she's failed, or she's going to fail the HIA.
Yeah, I think she is.
She had the most tries in the competition, the most line breaks, and the most defenders beaten. What kind of impact will that have on the Kiwis not having one of their stars now for the rest of this match? But the same could be said about Lydia Thompson not being there for England.
So is she off for the... So can they replace her?
I want to say it is full-length game card, but I could be wrong. If not, it will be 20 minutes, and then they can replace her with someone off the bench. New Zealand now 5 meters out. France and England would be a game. Says the winner there, and we will get to see it in the Women's Six Nations in the near future as well. But now New Zealand only a couple meters out from the line. Georgia Ponsonby throws it straight into the middle to Bremner. Now the rolling maul of the Kiwis. We saw what England can do with theirs. Now New Zealand are saying anything you can do, we can do too. And that will be the try. Georgia Ponsonby does get the try for the Kiwis. Also, England got a bit too hot and heavy. Says Eben there, and also the English back will tire in the second half, and the Kiwis already being able to fire back. You can see Hisera Hirini is fired up big time. The Aupiki captain for the Hurricanes. Bremner took it nicely. Then New Zealand, the rolling maul started to go, and from there they broke off the back. Still legal, and they were able to get themselves a nice try for the rolling maul. So both sides actually go into that rolling maul. Maybe something we will see throughout the rest of the half. And over the line, though, Georgia Ponsonby, she was quite excited, I think, to score in a Rugby World Cup final. Black Ferns still win it. Did England get a card? They certainly did. They got themselves a red card. And my mum said she wanted to talk to my dad about me getting a tinny boat, says Heath. Oh, sorry, she would talk to my dad about getting me a boat. Well, I mean, if you enjoy a bit of boating, a bit of fishing on the water. And also, how can I possibly tune in when the Kiwis score? Big love to both. And everyone in the chat says, Sebastian, welcome in. Maybe you're the lucky charm, Sebastian. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, stay tuned.
Mm-hmm. And also, we've got there, no spam, please, my brother, says Marco. And also, we've got there, England got a very porridge-fed pack. I think they will gas out in the second half, to be honest, says Sam. You fan of porridge?
No.
Fair enough. More of an oats guy myself.
No.
Oh, I am.
No, I'm not.
Renee Holmes can be lining up this kick from about 30 meters out for the Kiwis on a slight angle. She struck it well, and it's over. So the score now will be 14 points to 7. My mum's doing little fist bumps off the camera. She's excited. And also we have there now, your temper is hot and heavy, and also Black Ferns for the win, says Ulrikus. And also, good evening, Hamish. Mum just got off work. How are we doing? We are doing very well. I guess, are you still nervous, or are you feeling a little bit calmer now?
Still nervous.
Okay. They're only, I guess, 8 points away from you getting a jersey in a way.
Ooh,
Isn't that exciting?
let's go.
I also can't see the rules on the red card for this tournament, but it's a World Rugby tournament. So I would assume it's the whole game, says Gareth. So, yeah, massive benefit for the Kiwis.
They just knocked it on.
They?
Yep.
So will be England scrum?
No, they've
no.
called it a knock on the line out.
It'll be a line out. Cocaine. Getting ready to put it into the middle of the line out. And also, Black Ferns lucky to get some ref calls last week. Good luck to our girls at home, Mum, says Joshua.
G'day.
Thrown in nicely, taken by England. Bremner meets her in the air. Looking for the rolling maul. Cocaine. It's got it at the back as well. Amy Cocaine, she's hanging on to this one, and she is getting pulled forward. Doing it very nicely here for England. Still marching. And that rolling maul, it seems like it's not going to really be stopping. It's still going 5 meters out. Make that 3. Make that 2. Can Cocaine get in again? She's still got it at the back. And down the English go. She almost dropped the ball. That's not going to be Cocaine, though. That is going to be Marley Packer. Not as fun as Cocaine, but still a good player.
We're just going to have rolling maul tries.
You did not complain, though, when the Black Ferns did it.
No, but I'm not. I'm one-eyed. I don't have to be.
Even in your dreams, says that it was Hene Toa. And also try, and England will run out of gas. And also, this reminds me of Cyndi Lauper song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Come on, Kiwis, get the ball, says Ruth. And there as well. And also, we'll get there. What a forward drive. Yeah, from the 22-meter line all the way to the try line. That is class from England. We knew that they were going to be effective in that department. And I think my mum's face says it all. She's not happy with the way the Black Ferns defended that one. Did he just say Cocaine? Yeah, this live stream is probably going to get age restricted by YouTube with the amount of times I've mentioned Cocaine. But she's a real player, ladies and gentlemen. And she packs quite a punch, I've heard. Ha ha. Good. Drugs. How many meters did that maul make? About 20, somewhere around there. Just a few.
Come on.
Is the green screen slowly falling? Yeah, it is. It's kind of going through the window at the moment, but it's all right. We don't mind as long as it doesn't break it.
Oh, I've got another one.
Another window?
Yeah.
Oh, it would get it possibly
speed up
pushed
the
along.
process.
I was like, lads, a super cool and fantastic commentary as always, top quality, says Ref. And also we have their kia ora from Ariel. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. And 14 to 15, fair odds, says Stublet. That's hit the post and bounced away. So an unsuccessful conversion from the English. That will make the score now 19 points to 7 in favour of the away side. Now, I would like to think that the crowd of, how many were they expecting for this match? A sellout, wasn't it? Do you know how many people Eden Park holds? I'm going to do the quick Google. And also, Kiwis unfortunately lost this morning, but they played really well. Says Heath, an extremely close game. In the end, just not quite able to get themselves the victory over Australia. That's going to be a knock-on from England there. And in fact, it's going to become a penalty for accidental offside. Now what you do, you get Siri on the case.
Siri. Yeah.
Hey, Siri, how many people does Eden Park hold? 50,000. I thought 54. But yeah, exactly 50,000.
I think they were trying to get more seats, weren't they?
Trying to add a few more. And also, New Zealand cheats first red card for a deliberate knock-on. TMO, how much did you pay him? Says Thomas. And there as well. So I think the thing is, for that slap down as well, that could have been a yellow card for another English player, couldn't it? But luckily, it didn't happen that way.
12 tries from Mauls.
That's impressive. More than double that of any other team.
Boring.
And also, what's Kiwi doing in Bolivia, says Shane. And 60K, says Sam. Now the rolling maul for New Zealand. They've gone. If England want to do it, we might as well try it as well.
Yeah. Boring. No.
Now, Georgia Ponsonby hanging on to it at the back. This one looks like it is going to be stopping, though,
gonna have to use
for
it.
New Zealand. They've been told to use it once.
Use it. Get it out the backs.
Kendrick Oxedge goes off to the left-hand side. Now Fitzpatrick fires it back wide. Cut out pass. Renee Holmes. One more. Latianga going close to the line. She scores it. And New Zealand get themselves another one in this contest. It's going to be a high-scoring game by the sounds of it and the looks of it as well.
Not too much defence.
Aisha Letienga. What a score that one. Searching for 100% pure cocaine, says Marco. And also try after try, says Skrell. Yeah, for two sides that don't normally concede too many points, they are conceding a lot of points.
Tough conversion, though.
And Scotland versus New Zealand today, says even not quite. Tomorrow night, we are going to get to see that match take place, but we have got about 3 other live streams that we will be covering on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Got the box by 3 on Super Brew, but I'm near the bottom of the pool, so I think that says a lot, says Gareth. And what a game this is turning out to be. Yeah, hopefully it is as close as France versus New Zealand to an extent. I know your heart might struggle if that was the case, but we'll give you a beer. She'll be right.
Yeah, just keep the fluids coming.
And also, we have good there. If you want to hang out, I'll take you out, Cocaine, says Spider Mick. And there as well, but Renee Holmes. So this is a tough kick. Almost from the touchline, 25 minutes through this game, and it seems like both sides had some very good moments throughout the matchup. We're seeing 2 rolling maul tries from the English. Also a nice try in general play. We scored New Zealand. They've been able to fire back. They got themselves 1 rolling maul try, and now looking for the conversion of Renee Holmes. She struck it well, though. Yes. She's got that one nice, and it's over. What a kick that is from Renee Holmes.
Right.
And those little extra points, they can be the massive difference maker. And I sense a set for win as well, to be honest, says Sebastian. And also, I only just got hello, says Dark Scar Flame, and try was cat approved, says Ethan. Also, we've got the game's been spoiled. Plays 15s. You New Zealand love it. Sickening, says Thomas. And they're 14 plays 15, and you New Zealand's love it. Sickening. So I assume Thomas is disappointed that England got a red card for a cynical act.
Yeah, but it's not Black Ferns' fault.
No. Just got to crouch in the tackle. It helps.
Yeah.
As well, you don't connect with the head that way. And not again, says Grow. And also Black the new white, says Thomas there. And also New Zealand, says Brandon. That's going to be a mistake from the Kiwis. And now England once again. They're about 27 metres out, so they've probably got the opportunity of going for a rolling maul try again.
At least, yeah.
Or at least making about 15 metres in the process anyway. Warriors' first game of the season is in Wellington, says Heath, and also New Zealand are always favourites, and they barely won against Japan, says Eben.
Was that straight?
Straight enough.
No, obviously.
From Cocaine. Now looking for the rolling maul, trying to break off the back here for England, and it starts to creep forward. Rules are rules, get over it, says Spider Mick. And there they have been told to use it once here for England, so New Zealand defending this rolling maul pretty well until then. Now they go right up the middle, England. I mentioned it, 27 metres out. Now they're only about 15.
That's twice.
I've been told to use it once again. Breaking off the back, big fend. Another offload found only 5 metres out. I think there might have been a little knock on the ground there.
Drop that.
I blame on Bell for that red card. Yeah, it was similar tackling technique. That ball's popped out the side for the Kiwis now. A big fend off from the number 8 going back for a penalty.
She dropped it.
Another player down for New Zealand by the sounds of it. No, it's actually an English player who is down now. England and England, go, go, says Roberto Reba there. This does not look good at all, though.
There's a knock on.
Team off from Holly Davidson. They're going to be checking this one. This could be maybe a yellow or a red card for New Zealand. Going reversal. And also, who's this lovely lady? This lovely lady is my lovely mother.
One-eyed New Zealander.
Although, to be fair, I did say if New Zealand win, I'll buy you a Black Ferns kit. So I feel like that's a pretty good deal, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably not for me, but
no.
That'll be all right.
Oh, you got heaps of money, haven't you?
Sure. Sure I do.
You're a YouTuber.
And New Zealand don't give up, says Ryan there. And also, yes, but Japan have been improving significantly, and ABs didn't even have their A team. So, but still would call it a strong side, says Skrull. Okay, this is going to be another TMO decision. Holly Davidson will be going upstairs to check this one. And Skrull, do you want to tell me the Mighty All Blacks have not improved? Says Eben. And now, I mean, at least they won their last game. Eben, you weren't putting in much of a shift up against the Irish, were you? You got to put in some big hits, bud. Yeah, that's a knock on there. On the ground. She had nowhere to brace the full. It's a comment from the commentator.
Yeah, that wasn't anyone's fault, but it was a knock on.
So I believe New Zealand will have themselves the scrum feed. Territory at the moment, 57% in favour of the away side. England, it's looking like a beautiful evening there at Eden Park. Hopefully the rain stays away. New Zealand versus France last week game was so close. It certainly was. Couldn't have been any closer pretty much the way that it ended up going, other than, of course, going to golden point time. Now, the sky actually looks kind of similar to what we've got here as well. And also, you should send the clip of Donna getting emotional over the Black Ferns, edging it against France to New Zealand Rugby Union, and maybe they'll gift her a kit, says Sebastian. Now, that's an idea.
True.
I was actually going to make that as an individual little short clip on the channel for the first, or like the last 5 minutes or so of that game. But then it was during the weekend that we had about 100 other streams. So I didn't really get the chance, unfortunately. Come on, New Zealand beat the Brexit, says Heartful of Hornets. And also a red card 10 minutes in a World Cup final is pathetic indeed, says Shane. But they are just showing there the supporters in attendance. People have got their silver ferns on their cheeks, the New Zealand logo on their chests, and flags. They've got flags too.
Keep it above
also, we have
the
got,
waist, above the neck.
OG lost 2 games to the Irish at home, mate. Box lost with 3 points in Ireland, and they could have won, says Eben. I was just disappointed with Eben Etz's best performance, though, to be honest. He's got to get more physical, which is hard to do. If he does it up against France, I say they beat France. But he's got to be big because at the end of the day, it's him and Franco Mostert, new combination in the locking duo. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. And who won the bronze final? France managed to win it. They won 36-0 up against the Canadians. And don't tell me the ref from the Northern Hemisphere. She is, Holly Davidson. Very good referee. Does well in the 7 circuit and also does pretty well in the rugby union side of things as well. And New Zealand Rugby won't gift anyone anything. They got pay a Fozzie 1.3 million after the Autumn Nations. And well, so close Amish, or close score Amish, says Peter. It is indeed 28 minutes through. New Zealand feet the ball in the front rows have gone down. No advantage. So Cox edge. Ball on the inside to Letienga. And I go through. A very unfortunate, Gareth, says Sebastian there. And this real Evan, not quite. He's a big fan of Evan, though. He might message him on Instagram telling him that we think he needs to do better. That was a nothing kick from New Zealand again. They like the little chips and chases, but the problem is they've got no one chasing the chips.
Yeah, no, she misjudged that.
I often chase chips.
Do you?
Yeah. You know, if there's some hot chips around and you can smell them, you're just there, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's the best way to go. And what are the odds, says Dark Star Flame? I will have a look, see how they are sitting currently, but I believe New Zealand will be about $3.50 underdogs. Maybe $3. I don't think they'll have them too far. I had to report a fake Ebenezer account today. Those trolls are giving me a bad name. There's Ebenezer in there as well.
Push it to the side.
Oh, they're still rolling, though, for England. Moving up to the 22-metre line. Try Kiwis come back, started finally. Nice try, says Ruth. And there as well. Now, the advantage for England off this rolling maul. That seems to be something they're able to do extremely well. Just get that advantage and then continue to march. It's gone down now, England 15 metres out from the Black Ferns line. 10 minutes left in the first half as well, but 22 metres out, Davidson. In fact, sorry, it wasn't Davidson. It was actually Harrison. Ball on the outside. England have numbers. Interception thrown, but they're going back for the advantage. Oh, she's going to keep on running, though. She's going to blow a quad. Don't blow your hammy or anything. Renee Holmes, you can stop running. She's going to run the length of the field. She'll probably celebrate. Yes, she does. Letienga doesn't realize it stopped. Stacey Flula doesn't realize the game stopped. And Ruby Tui, she's celebrating as well. Does no one hear the whistle?
No.
I guess with 50,000 in attendance, it's probably hard to hear.
Advantage over?
It was quite a long one, and that's a big waste of energy. Exactly right. Stop running, says up, but that's a huge run to make. That's about 80 metres she's decided to run. I don't run 80 metres even if I wanted to without hurting myself. Well, says Dark Scar Flame, and also nice, says Nate. And there, Renee Holmes has to go all the way back, and hearing aids, ladies, says Sebastian. And there as well. But yeah, Holly Davidson, as much as she wanted to keep on blowing that whistle.
Yeah, look where it is. Just make sure that she's there, because I don't think she is.
And Champagne Lord has said, hey, bro, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. And another try incoming for England, says Grau. Yeah, just rolling. It's a great song and a perfect song for this example here for Sarah Hunter and her English pack. So they will now. Out there? That's where the penalty was. Now they're going to be kicking it for touch. Run, Forrest, run. It's almost run, Renee, run. A little bit of an alliteration there. You know what that is?
No.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Your sister was going to be called Forrest if she was a boy.
That is true. So why didn't I get Forrest? Movie wasn't big at the time.
No one gotten over that by then.
Another rolling maul for England. I think we all know what's coming here, don't we? It's going to be marching. More than double the amount of rolling maul tries than any other side in the Rugby World Cup. Getting close now, but New Zealand try and defend it. It's gone down like a sack of spuds, and it's a try. Or is it? Is it a penalty for New Zealand? I think Coxedge thought it was, but it is the try for England. Another rolling maul one. 3 in a row now. New Zealand will lost to England if not play smart. Should be kick the ball out from the 22 to avoid try by strong England forwards. And that is a good point. With that little chip and chase, that's where all the initial pressure came from,
it did.
rather than giving it the almighty hoof downfield, testing out your
They've got to
ankle.
work out a way of stopping that.
And
I
Forrest,
would have thought Wayne Smith would have done that.
another Scottish name, says Sebastian, whack them, New Zealand, says Walter. And I was like, no. Says, no, moment. Where can I watch live online? Spark Sport is your best bet if you are in New Zealand. Or if you're outside of New Zealand, you can also sign up for a free trial with Spark Sport. You will also get alongside that Samoa versus England in the Rugby League World Cup for anyone interested in that department. And that's how we're watching the game. There you go. Cheeky plug, wasn't it?
It was.
Should get some money for that, shouldn't I?
Should.
And if England win 14 girls in New Zealand, then they deserve to win the World Cup, and also like the Brumbies with Pocock. And come on, England, says Max, and also England girls are strongs, says Nate. They certainly are strongs. Now 33 minutes through, England looking to convert this one. Now the odds. New Zealand were $3.60 underdogs. In fact, they're $3.60 underdogs now, with the fact that they have got a 12-point difference between them and the English. That's quite a margin. But New Zealand, if they get themselves another try before the end of the first half, they are still well and truly in it.
Oh, they're still in it.
And also, super forwards, rugby is the key. Thanks for the commentary, says Stubbilt. And then no worries at all. And we have got plenty more coming later on tonight, whether that's the Rugby League World Cup semi-final between England and Samoa, or the other matches that are taking place with Rugby Union. We will see South Africa versus France. That's a big game. Huge game, in fact.
It is, isn't it?
And will be taking place at 9.
Will it be the rest fault?
9 a.m. Kick-off that one will be taking place. That's late, because I would have been up for almost 24 hours at that point. Letienga, she has no one to blame but herself for that catch. It's gone down, and now England have themselves a scrum feed, similar to what we saw for the Warriors, or sorry, not the Warriors, the Kiwis, up against the Kangaroos. When that pressure started getting on and the backs were against the wall, that is when the ball started slipping out of their hands like they had just been playing with some soap or some sunscreen. I had sunscreen on today, hence why I look so shiny.
Yeah, I did too. It's pretty hot and feely today. Anyone know where Feely is?
Shout out Feely.
Feely.
You got good pies.
Yeah, one of the guys, we were there early, so one of the guys shot over and got one.
Ah.
It looked very nice too, but I couldn't have a pie before I started bowling. Maybe I should have, because I played shit anyway.
People saying the red has ruined the game. I think it made it more even, says Terry Church in there. That is a good point.
Elbow cough in my ass.
She's still very raw for her.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's going to make it more intriguing for the next little while. Serahirani tries to get over the ball, but Infante now goes off to the left-hand side. England still in possession, sitting 25 out from the Kiwi line. Where is that our ball? Now back across. One more. Aitchison getting involved. It's going back for the penalty to New Zealand. A little bit of push and shove looking like it's about to take place off the ball, but it's spamming their shoe. And also we have got their big frame, says Stubbilt. And also like English men's strength does not come from gym, but by one hereditary strengths, as in strong bones, gig frames. Or big frames.
Oh.
That's going to be another drop ball.
Not just about.
What'd you say?
Far out, I see.
Now over the ball, though, for New Zealand. And I want to get a little kick in behind from Harrison. And that one's a nice kick. It's just going to roll out 5 meters from the Kiwi line. That's tremendous. That's a fun word.
Good for you.
Look at that. No one in behind. So the kick just kills and kills and kills some more. And frustrating from New Zealand. And England not playing smart, need to conserve energy, says Annoy. And also England are still the favourites, even with the red card, says Evan. That is true. About $3.50 favourites at the moment.
30-match winning streak, so.
It's quite a long one, isn't it?
It is.
Thrown in. Bremner takes it for the Kiwis. That time it was Chelsea Bremner. Serahirani receives the ball 5 meters out from the line. Right, New Zealand really need to boot this downfield if they want to.
Yeah.
Rather than going for the chip in behind.
Yeah. It's got to be a long kick. Yeah.
Back across now, Fitzpatrick. It looks like New Zealand want to run it out. Renee Holmes with the handling error, though. It's gone backwards. England trying to get in the breakdown to steal it. It's gone out the back. Coxedge passes back across to Stacey Flula, who now cuts on the inside. Double woman tackle made by Byrne and her English teammate. Now, big run. Amy Rule, first time we've seen a prop actually had it up for the Kiwis throughout this matchup. Now, Demant finds the offload to Coxedge. Goes on the outside, Sarah Hirani. She's got ladies if she wants them, and it's going to be on the left-hand side. I wish I had ladies if I want them. Now, Bremner with the nice carry forward, 40 metres out from their own line here in New Zealand. That red card gave the English girls more. And there, now it's a loose ball from New Zealand. Once again, able to just hang on to it, though, even though it's scrappy. New Zealand may just still have this one on their side. And the ball is New Zealand at 68%. Wishful thinking, I think. England are just too strong. And they're now New Zealand now underdogs. Quick put money one. And they're now back across. Nice run from Stacey Flula. She's already had 2 brilliant runs in the last 2 minutes or so. Nice run from Georgia Ponsonby as well. Now Coxedge goes back across to the left-hand side. Good hands from Hirani to be able to pick that one up pretty much from the turf. England over the ball. Advantage goes the way of the Black Ferns. Cut out pass from Renee Holmes. Now Letienga goes on the inside. Breaking through him. Just a Fen Infante. But was never quite looking for the offload there, was she? Harrison might have got the turnover. No, it's the penalty to the Black Ferns. Okay. They were saying New Zealand would go quick here. They did not. And also, we get if New Zealand wins, are we all doing fireworks tonight? Well, I have to buy my mum a Black Ferns kit if New Zealand win. And Finn is back for Scotland for his kicking. Obviously, New Zealand by 20, says Alan King. And morning, guys. How's it going? A bad afternoon for you, morning for us, says Nkosi there. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing extremely well. Hope you're excited for France versus South Africa later on tonight. That's a big game.
It is.
Also, hello, New Zealand from England, says PJ there. So now New Zealand looking once again for the rolling maul. It's going to be a rolling maul day, I think.
I suppose.
You love a rolling maul, don't you?
Oh, tremendous. Yep.
They have to get this one right, though. It's about 10 metres out. Georgia Ponsonby, the youngster, throws it in. Nicely taken by Bremner. And now New Zealand well set with Pip Love at the back. Passes back into the hands of Georgia Ponsonby. Marching for the Black Ferns here, getting closer and closer to the line. Coxedge is waiting for it at the back if they do need to use it. Lady, unfortunately, has a wedgie, but that's going to be Amy Rule off the back. She didn't have a wedgie, I don't think, anyway. It's going to be the try for New Zealand with only 45 seconds left in the first half.
Needed to score that.
England are even better without the red, or with the red card, says Evan. And also, they tried to try New Zealand. And yes, there's no more try after try, says Screll. Yeah, it's a try score on Fest in the final, which is exactly what the crowd want to see. Bullet from Fiji, says Stanley Murphy. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well.
You got people from all over the world, Hamish. Fancy that.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It does.
I say in it now way too much. I actually said it to a middle-aged man today. And I don't think he picked up on it, but I can't remember what I said. I said it's a bit hot in it, I think. And he was like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you enjoy your cricket today?
It was all right. It was hot, though. It was way too hot to be wearing a helmet.
Breeze in Feely.
Shout out Feely again.
Shout out Feely.
Good pies.
Good pies.
And now New Zealand needs to score in the second half, and game's wide open for the second half. It certainly is. Come on, Mum. We need your magic.
Yeah.
And also kudos to you, Hamish. Zero rugby coverage here in Norway, says Shane. And let's go to the Black Ferns. Norway.
Awesome.
It's a long way away.
It is.
And I said it again, even without meaning to. And also, we have got that Hamish needs donated money for his KFC dinner tonight. Or maybe tomorrow night would be the KFC day. I feel I don't want to ask for money, though. It's always a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, you're
in it again.
In it. Yeah.
I'm so English. Now Renee Holmes lining up this kick.
Anyone from Sweden? Norway.
What? Why?
No, Norway. I was just saying Sweden, Finland.
Finland, Iceland.
Iceland. Anyone? Anyone? No.
Tough crowd. Currently at half-time, 26 points to 19. New Zealand are behind it. And it is infectious. And it is. It's just so easy to say, though. You know, like, rather than saying, isn't it? Like, it's a bit hot, isn't it? It's a bit too posh for my liking. So, it's a bit hot, in it? And they're just like, yeah, in it, though.
In it, though. Yeah.
In it, though. Yeah. Sarah Parker, or Sarah Hunter, sorry. She'll be happy enough with the first half. I think the English captain, but they need more tries, I think.
For what all that England have done, we're only 7 points behind them.
I'm just going to have a quick look at the odds. Yeah. So, no, New Zealand with $3.60. I'm watching from Australia with the Mrs. Caddy with English. And there says Luke, and also hello from Audley, England. And also in it is a lower class POM. Says the bill. It may be, but it's effective.
It is.
New Zealand $2 underdogs, England $1.82 favourites.
Wow.
So that's actually extremely close going into the second half. For the odds, and it ain't, says Sam. And also we got that Nick in it. Says
in that next minute.
Nick minute used to be a thing, yes.
Yeah.
Cheer, bro. It used to also be a thing.
Sure.
Has anyone found out how much did the French kicker get for missing the penalty? Get how much? So you get 0 for missing. And she'll be very, very disappointed for France. Of course, only 7 points in it. It is only 7 points. So anyone's game in the second half, ain't it? And don't you dare take the piss out of middle-aged men. My dad would be really upset. I'm a middle-aged man almost myself. But yeah, I was just saying more, he wouldn't be hip with the lingo, the man that I talked to about it. Like, he's just a classic man.
It wasn't your uncle, was it?
No, it wasn't my uncle. He'd know a few innits, wouldn't he?
Would he though?
Yeah. Our team huddle was an interesting one while we were out there. It ended up going from pretty much firing out the boys to somehow ending up almost talking about their bedroom activities from the Bruisers. Because he was like,
how old are they?
No, this is my uncle's chat. Because he was saying about the Bruisers, and then our female on the team said, don't forget girls like bruises. And the uncle, oh yes, you should. He said, geez, I must have missed that memo then, because I got a whole heap of them. So that was a good team huddle. We lost by 9 wickets.
9?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good effort.
It was.
And also, what's the age for you to be called middle-aged? I mean, I would say probably from 40, 35 onwards.
But middle-aged 50.
Mm.
But these days it's getting younger and younger, so yeah, 40.
40.
Over the hill, 60.
Nice.
Who knows?
English 4 power is awesome, but I want New Zealand to win, says John. Yeah, they're certainly going to have to shut down that rolling maul if New Zealand want a chance. And g'day from Sydney. Go Kiwi Lasses, says Martha Murray there.
How's it going? My brother lives in Sydney. Loves Sydney. Loves Sydney.
It's a nice place. It's got Uber Eats too.
Can't wait to go back.
29 today here on the Gold Coast. Bit warm.
It was only about 23 in Feely.
Shout out Feely again.
Feely.
And what happened to Portia? Did she come back on? She is not yet, so I believe she would have failed her HIA.
Yeah.
It depends if you are rich or famous, says Alan King. Is that for being able to use in it or being a middle-aged man? And England's winning. Woo. And what time the ABs play? It is going to be a 3:15 a.m. kickoff on Monday morning. So they don't actually play tonight, but they will be playing a little bit later on in about 48 hours time or somewhere around there. I'd say 35. That's how quickly the generations change, says Sebastian. And go New Zealand. And they're in 26 in Sydney. Beautiful. And some days I'm young. Now I'm 76. Don't tell me I'm over the hill. Well, says Stabil. You're only as young as you feel.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel old.
Why?
Don't know. I just when I stand up, everything clicks. I do a groin when I try and field a ball.
Yeah, but your sister's like that too. So it's loose joints. Yeah, got your mum to thank for that.
And Portia a woman got a red card, right? No, she got, or it was Lydia Thompson who hit Portia Woman high, who got the card. And come on, ladies, go Kiwis, hello, Hamish and Mum. And there, and also which team is physically stronger. I would say England probably bringing the physicality throughout their first half, and credit to both teams. What an occasion, says Sweet As. And also Portia Woman went out, missed this. Yeah, unfortunately, she did end up getting hit in the chin, and she hasn't actually made her way back out onto the field. I'm 65, I'm a spring chicken, says Kevin.
Good on you.
In there as well. That's the thing, there's 80-year-olds doing bodybuilding and whatnot nowadays.
I played against a 79-year-old in bowls. Got dicked.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, the fellow would have been probably mid-70s.
Yes, when middle age, when you've lost all interest in sex. Well, my wife has reached that stage. So any numbers you can give me, says Alan King.
Gosh.
I mean, it's one of those ones that I probably don't have the best advice in this scenario. I went to a Halloween party, came out a single man.
Don't go there. I'm be back.
You're getting a beer, aren't you?
Yeah, and something else.
I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.
And also red card ruining the game again, says Brick. And also they can't expect a yellow after taking out the best attacker, says Sweet As. And also what happened with the Box versus Munster and 14 players. Okay, that light's gone down. So, I didn't do it. It just reads, not for World Cups need some common sense. And my neighbour used to say, you're only as old as the woman. You're only as old as the woman you feel. He was about 20 years older than his wife. I had the best neighbours in Hastings, says the accidental Viking, and 14 players. To be honest, this is the only chance New Zealand have to beat those English ladies, says Richard. And there as well. But they are just showing a couple of the highlights. Letty Inge was able to get herself a nice try. Anyone wondering about the lighting? It will be coming back relatively soon once my mum also does end up coming back. But either of the sides to win by 13 plus is paying at least $5.50 at the moment. New Zealand creeping up on the Pommies. I think the ref had the call just right. Can't blame the ref, says Ruth. Yeah, at the end of the day, it was a high shot. No real mitigation to take it down from a red to a yellow because at the end of the day, she caught her head on her face on the chin. And yeah, it was an ugly one, unfortunately. Of course, we would have loved to see England playing with 15 throughout this game for the whole match. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how the second half does end up going. Let's hope the Black Ferns score first in the second half. And Coke in England, all of the Aussies is behind our English sister, says Master Mel. And there as well. Anyone who is new to the channel, I should mention, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back later on tonight with another matchup, or another few matchups. In fact, we have got Samoa versus England in the Rugby League World Cup semi-final. We have also got a couple of the other matches taking place for the Rugby Internationals, which is going to be exciting. Also, we have got the women's gone head-on-head. Don't about the ref, says Sweet As. And also, we have got the England win, says Relax and Kiwi. And who scored the tries for New Zealand? So we did see the try scored by Georgia Ponsonby. Also, Litia Inga was able to score. And then the other try for New Zealand was right at the end of the half. And I believe it was, who was it who scored that very last try? I can't actually remember who got the very last try, but I want to say it was one of the backs. But I could be wrong there. And also, we the best in the world, New Zealand all day. Let's go, ladies, says Carl. And also, well, I miss Pocock, fairest player ever, says Stubble. And also, been a great week. Our Pakistani brothers will win earlier this week. Then our Roos won a thriller this morning, and can't believe that winger was sent off. Porsche should have been red carded as well. Interesting take on it, Master Mel, but I do know that normally you do those ones to try and troll. So I guess you would be saying instead that maybe the red card is justified. And also, England had a successful year in Sports Cricket World Cup final, Rugby League semi-final, and the Women's Rugby final, says Mr. Achilles. And yeah, a little bit later on tonight, we will find out whether or not they are going to find themselves in the final of the Rugby League World Cup up against the English, kind of like an Ashes taking place. Hello. How do you do?
That's a bit skinny coming through there, isn't it?
Tis. I kept your headphones here.
Why?
So that you could put them back on.
Really?
She's got the beersies. She's on the piss.
What's I'm drinking it for?
There you go. Like they're saying, the wind has been dying down. And also, shall I have a wee dram or a shot of vodka or a beer? Well, my mum has decided to get herself a Heineken. And also sucks to see her out of the game, says Master Mel. And also, we'll get there. Portia's my favourite player. And don't worry, I fully expect New Zealand to get a yellow, maybe two, just to even the ledger, says Sweet As. Those children are yelling into the microphone, aren't they?
Yep.
And also, we're there. Bloody gutted Kiwis are out. If only Jerome Hughes kept the ball in a hand, shake my head, says Loki. And also that decision that they made when they were 15 metres, or in fact 10 metres out from the line, to go for the 2 points up against a tough side like Australia just didn't seem like the best choice, unfortunately. I think England will run out of steam in the last 20 minutes, says Master Mel. And that is normally when New Zealand are at their most dangerous in the last stages. And watch those French, even they're sneaky. And yes, time for a vino. Cheers, says Martha. And there as well. But like I mentioned, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We've got plenty more action coming up later on today. We will be up for another 15 hours. That's a long time.
I'm not going to be.
No, I will be, though. And also, so what do you get when a Samoan marries a Pommy? Some more pommies. Or some more pommies, says Tawera. I really butchered that, didn't I? I'm sorry, Tawera. And I was a middle age. Well, I didn't even get laid during National Masturbation Month. Is that a thing? Which is in May, by the way. And 3 months for Aussies, apparently. Or 3 months for Aussies. Mum have a nipple too, says Alan King. 3 months for Aussies, apparently. That's that's a tricky one to dissect. I didn't know that National Masturbation Month was in May. Hey, David.
Cheers.
Welcome in, David. Hope you're doing well, mate. You've come in at the perfect time.
Exactly.
Oh, a huge round rugby games overnight, says Master Mel. And yeah, we are going to be covering hopefully at least 3 of them on the channel. Keep it clean, please, says the build. That was Alan's fault.
Yeah.
We can blame Alan for that one.
Blame Alan. Jeez, Alan.
Now we are just waiting for the second half to get back underway. New Zealand, they're still 7 points down, but if they can get themselves the first try of the second half, they've certainly got a decent opportunity here.
They're still in, aren't they?
Keep themselves close.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. That was me, wasn't it?
It has been a big day, though. You've cricket. I've had bowls. At least you're at home, though.
And Chris has said there in the chat, shout out to Mahiri Pauls, please. He's sitting at the game watching your stream. Is he? That would be quite a loud one. I hope he's got headphones in, but shout out to you, Mahiri. Hope you are doing very well, and I hope you're enjoying the game. At the moment, it's a high-scoring one.
Mahiri Paul.
It must be at the ground.
Do you know him?
No.
Okay. Cheers, mate.
And heart-pumping stuff, 80-metre run, and keep it respectful, David, says the winner. And there's our old Porsche, says David the Mod. And there's also we got the hey bro, says Nahal. Hope you are doing well, mate. And also hi, says Sports Highlights. And where can we watch the live play of the rugby match, says Javon. Your best option would be to watch it on Spark Sport. If you haven't got Spark Sport, I believe it would also be available in Australia somewhere, maybe on Stan. And also England will keep it locked in that mall all of the second half. And also we get there, what was the name of the Samoan who fell off the bridge? Alina Talfa. My dad jokes from the 1989s, he said. No, it's Kiwi, says Relates and Kiwi, and it's true. Concluding on Palm Sunday. And also Black Ferns must win, if not shameful, says Shane. And also, hey, it's me, says Relates and Kiwi. Hello. And also, I thought you got banned, bro. I did, but I managed to get the copyright strike removed. I sent them a big boy email that said, hey, if you don't take this away, I'm going to have to get my legal team onto you.
Which is me.
Yeah, that didn't actually happen, though. I just said, can you please give me my channel back? And they did, luckily. And I was like, Amy Cocaine. Says, yep, that is the last name. Does involve some cocaine. And there was, and she was on a high in the first half, the way she was playing.
Really?
Yeah, my little chuckle beforehand because I didn't know whether I was going to do it or not, but I did it. It's a good half. And also, so in other words, you said sorry, says Chris. Well, pretty much, I apologized for not doing anything wrong, but they still did it anyway. So I got it removed relatively quickly. We need to score, says Sweeters. And also Alan King's name needs to be Wayne King, says Aotearoa, mate. And also, Hamish, are you going to commentate the Barbarians versus All Blacks 15 Sunday, 13th of November, kickoff at 2 p.m. This is how silly it is, though. That game overlaps with the All Blacks versus Scotland. So it's a really unfortunate situation that we can't do both, unless, of course, I can convince my mum to get up at 3 a.m.
When? Tomorrow?
On Monday morning.
I got work.
3 a.m. How much do they have to donate for you to do that live stream?
$200.
$200, and you will actually do it? Because that's the thing. We can't get $200 and then you're not doing it.
No one's going to donate $200.
Didn't hear a yes or a no. Okay. Fair enough. Geez, you aimed high, didn't you? We got $2. That's my normal amount. And I enjoy getting that amount because I feel like it's like a $2. It's a gold coin donation to the channel. Whereas 200's and also such a nice channel.
I was going to go 1,000, but I thought that was just a wee bit high. So.
And the viewers like their brothers, they make it 500 come on stream, says Master Mel. And also come on the Ferns. Eden Park is the fortress.
I noticed you were the first to donate.
And also we've got the amateur streaming the All Blacks game tonight. Not tonight, tomorrow night. Where's Steve Smith when we need him? Yeah, he's gone MIA for the last little while, Steve.
That's
and bro, are the farmers still protesting in New Zealand? I wouldn't know. Are they doing anything around the farms? What are they protesting?
Because there's a lot of shit going on in there. What's really dairy farm?
Tough crowd. And also, I missed the conversation. Says Martha, pretty much for my mum to get up at 3 a.m. and do a stream all by herself, doing the Barbarians versus All Blacks 15. And sorry, maybe a repeat. Why hasn't anyone picked you up on the main stations? And for other Miss Palm and her 5 lovely daughters, says Alan King. I guess it's just more, they aren't a big fan of us. I don't think on the YouTube side of things, there's going to be a great run here from Renee Holmes. New Zealand ball on the outside. And Stacey Fleur, don't put your foot dead. She almost did it, but she scored the try.
I can't watch this.
That's a good start to the second half.
Listen to the crowd.
They're going absolutely electric. And it was a different one, David. that did end up striking us, but we were able to clean it up. David has donated. There you go, Donna. There you go.
Only, 195 more.
You aim really high.
I had to. That's what time in the morning?
3 a.m., yeah. And watch out soon, I tell you, watch out, says Nov Mum. That is an absolutely brilliant run from Stacey Flula initially. Then from there, New Zealand just kept on going and going and going. I can't even find radio coverage from here in Norway. I'm going to try Radio Garden, says the Accidental Viking, and also a very dedicated cheer, says Martha. What a try, damn, says Master Mel. Yeah, brilliant work. Stacey Flula, though, she almost went dead, which would have been a silly mistake, wouldn't it?
Yep.
It's going to be a great start to the second half for the Kiwis. If they get this conversion, they are back in the contest. Well, and truly, it'll be an even playing field.
Uh-oh.
This game's weird.
Nobody wants to watch the All Blacks 15.
No, they do. If it wasn't on at the same time, I would definitely cover both. It's just a shame that they've decided to put them both on at the exact same time. Although it depends on what website you look at. Because on Rugby, Ultimate Rugby, they've got it at 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. start. Whereas on everywhere else, they've got it at 3 a.m. start.
No, okay.
And I was answer, why has no one picked you up? Says Alan King. I think it's more just because we don't really follow the main broadcasting style.
Oh!
That's missed away to the left, as you can tell by my mum's reaction. Blindfolded conversion, says Martha there. Yeah, just going away to the side. Stacey is the goat, says Rice, and let's go. That's what's needed. And the Kiwis now 2 points difference between them and England here. And a very early try. Got to be confidence builder for the Black Ferns.
Pretty good, wasn't it?
Pretty much running the full length of the field. Okay, another try. Black Fern, says Nov Mum. So now 24 points to 26. New Zealand taking it nicely inside of their own 22. It is going to be Mick Miniman. It's another carry forward. That is for Michaeli too. Was injured. Now Damant tries to get the offload up. She does manage to find it. It's gone backwards. Cox Edge cleans up. Gives it off to Teresa Fitzpatrick. Almost through. Finds the offload. New Zealand starting to find a new gear here for the second half.
They have to.
And also heading out to the 21st, or heading out to a 21st at Fun Stream, says Master Mel, I hope you do enjoy the party. That's going to be a knock-on from New Zealand. And now England will have themselves a scrum feed. These Poms are real good. They are.
Yeah.
They're a tough side to beat. 30 matches in a row. They have had their hands raised, if it was in that regard, or just they've cheered on a victory and got to gut bust England forwards and shoot, but plenty of time to trash our Pommy mates. Says Martha, and also who scored a try for New Zealand. So we did see Stacey Flula. Also alongside that, we did see the try of Georgia Ponsonby. Did Renee Holmes get herself one?
The prop did.
Prop Amy Rule, another try scorer, and I believe there is one other that we may have missed here. Yeah, I can't remember who the last one is. None of them are standing out for me. And also coming England.
Georgia
Ponsonby.
Amy Rule.
Mm-hmm.
Flula,
and then there's one other. Who scored? Someone did. Anyway, yeah.
I can go like this.
Looks like New Zealand's current 15 is relatively similar to what they had at the start of this contest. Coming England, says Richard, and also coming New Zealand, says Rice. Currently 2 points difference, though, between these two sides. And also we have got there, who scored, didn't at for New Zealand. And also F rule, says Shane. And also go New Zealand, says Litiana. And went out a party. Always take your girlfriend with you when you leave. Hamish Kiwi, that's yeah, or else you end up in a weird situation, don't you, Mumsy? Leti Inga, was the other try scorer. You always leave at the same time as the girlfriend from the party. Scarce advice. It's my advice too, I guess.
It's probably pretty good advice.
Yeah, it's going to be charged down. New Zealand stealing this one back now. Cox Edge kicks it downfield, looking for a bit of space in behind. It's going to be awkwardly bouncing close to the touchline. They just shepherd the ball into touch there. And he's got every try for New Zealand, says Bijot. So once again, it will be Amy Rule, Georgia Ponsonby, Stacey Flula, and Letia Inga. They are all the try scorers for New Zealand. If they lose, what a bad two for Kiwi supporters, says Izzy there.
I think they've won a few supporters just getting here, so I know it'd be disappointing if we don't win, but it's pretty tough to beat an England side that are 30 games winning streak, isn't it?
Okay, they've gone backwards once. Nice breakaway there, although almost a one-on-one challenge available for New Zealand there. Now Harrison tries to get involved again, Davidson. The referee tries to make the tackle. Now going off to the short side will be Alex Matthews hitting it up. England. So about 30 metres out from the line. Why did the Kiwis have to lose? Yeah, it was a close game in that one. Sadly, just missing out on being able to get themselves the victory. That's going to be kicked downfield, nicely taken now by Renee Holmes. It's going to be a good situation for New Zealand with numbers on the outside. Letting. Oh, Stacey Fleuler tried to take the slip catch. It didn't work out, and now England have got themselves the knock-on advantage. The ball's still in play. Hamish, you and the lads ever been to Hong Kong Sevens in Hong Kong? Fantastic experience. We have not, but something on the bucket list. I guess you could say we are going to smash England, says Carl, and also the girls beat England. New Zealand are playing great now, says Kevin, and also drinking brew. Donna? Heineken. Or big high fives from Ruby Tui as they make their way out onto the field. There will be Crystal Murray out there, and also the replacement number 16 has made her way onto the field now for the Kiwis, which is going to be Luca Connor. So New Zealand, they're starting to unleash the reserves, aren't they? Be quite a tough run off the field, wasn't it? Having to go from the far side.
Yeah, he could have waited until they came over this side.
Lydia Thompson, they were just showing her, the lady who got herself a red card a bit earlier on in the fixture. That was the question of how much of an impact would that have on the game? You'd have to say that kind of killed England's momentum early. New Zealand able to slowly fire themselves back into the contest now with just the 2 points difference. Still 34 minutes left on the clock, though.
Yeah, but sometimes teams lift up when they lose a player. They try that even harder. I don't know.
About to be fed in by the English.
And then the team playing against them sort of try too hard to beat that 14 man.
Big call, a set from Holly Davison. And also with their New Zealand accent, fly to AU on the 767, says the built. And also we've got there, let's go ladies, says Roikas, and yes, John, that's true. Says David the Modern, the All Blacks playing tonight. Not tonight, but tomorrow morning. So Monday, 3:15 a.m. New Zealand time. It's when their game's going to be kicking off. Well, Dad be making a guest appearance. Not too sure for this one. Hopefully in the future, though, we can get him on for another live stream. Maybe a late night one when Mum is doing the commentary. We might be able to get him on one in the future. Going to be kicked in behind. New Zealand. Nice kick. It's going to go into touch. I believe that's a 50-22 for New Zealand. A game-changing moment, perhaps, for the Black Ferns. In her 68th and final game. Does that mean Cox Edge is going to hang up the boots?
I'd imagine so. I'd imagine quite a few of these ladies may. I don't know.
Guess it's a long time to wait another 4 years, isn't it?
It is.
Also, we have got there, go the Black Ferns. Are you covering the UFC, the Kiwi Fighters? I really want to, but I also would have been awake for about 25 hours or so at the time that's taken place. I want to see Dan Hooker, though. Israel Adesanya. It's a good fight card. They all playing.
Fighting. Sorry.
Yeah.
I knew what I meant.
I knew what you meant too.
Yeah. No more beesies for me.
And Dustin Poirier fights Michael Chandler on that card as well. Frankie Edgar's there. It's a good card, and I wish that I wasn't going to be sleeping during it. Come on, the girl says, Nov Mum. Now around the side, Bremner. Just driving hard. It seems like they're going for the pick and goes around the side. Amy Rule, who was able to score a try a bit earlier on in the contest, still working hard for the Kiwis. And also, hello from the Czech Republic. Wow. Says Toxic Vomit. That's an interesting name. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well.
Don't forget that one.
Now Cox Edge goes across. Fitzpatrick with the step. Making her way forward nicely. Finds the offload again for New Zealand. A run from McMiniman. Goes the short side. New Zealand have got numbers. Crystal Murray drives over, scores the try. And New Zealand take the lead for the first time today. You're happy about that, are you?
That was a good try.
Crystal Murray. Second of the Rugby World Cup. Yeah, the boys. What about Brad and Carlos? Is that Brad, the Quake? Oh, I've forgotten his last name. Brad Quake something. He's from Christchurch, isn't he? Sorry, Innie. Also
No,
another
no.
one. Brad. I keep on thinking Brad Riddell. Is that his name? And also Roses are falling apart, says Scroll, and that red card is costing England, says Achilles. And also we go the Black Ferns, Brad Riddell, that's the name. Yeah, I think he's got the nickname Quake, doesn't he? Because of him being from Christchurch.
The Kiwi fella.
Yeah. Good fun. And well, New Zealand are on fire now. Go, 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 New Zealand, says Kevin Layla. I love the fact that they put all the Kiwis on the same card for the UFC, though. Because I feel like they're all out of Sky City kickboxing, aren't they?
Is that trying to prove a point, is it?
I think it's more just get that team environment going. Amen. Says Dallin on Beauty, go the Wahines, and also two prop James done the trick, says Shane Newton. Yeah, one of them getting themselves the try. 2 from 5 so far tonight for Renee Holmes, but none of these have been give-me's.
No, they're pretty tough kicks.
Hey, Amish says not everyday cultist. Welcome, mate. And what's your dad's first rugby memories? Mine was the Brian Lahore. AB's back in 1969. A little
he was
while.
only born that year anyway.
No, it's gone away to the side.
She hasn't been far off though, has she?
No, she's doing well. And who are you supporting on Team Rosa, says JJ. I feel like that reaction from my mum from seeing a miss kick from the Black Ferns probably tells you everything you need to know about who she's going for.
Yeah. But that's fine. You can be neutral, but I'm not. Go Black Ferns.
And also amazing to see a sold out Eden Park. Says not your everyday cultist and also not bad for a population of 5 million, roughly.
Yeah.
Says Nazi Williams and also go the Kiwis Wahine Toa, says Anthony. So currently every game that we have covered on the channel, the Black Ferns have been able to win up till this point. Do you see this game going that way currently with 30 minutes left on the clock? McMiniman got off the field for Simon.
No.
It's a drop ball now from New Zealand inside of their own 22.
But the way she whips that ball, you just can't do that.
Donald onto the field as well.
You got to make sure of those passes.
Also, Packer off the field, and that is for Kabaya. For the English and Borough, love your commentary. Are you doing UFC Sunday? I wish that I could, but yeah, by then I would have been up for some very long hours. So we probably will have to sleep at some stage, but I'm certainly going to be catching a replay of those fights. We are Kiwis, still the world champs, New Zealand Black Ferns and up the Ferns. Well, Mum, that wasn't very nice. A lot of us were alive then. Some still are, says Alan King. And also,
he was born in 69, so he...
And also was the red card warranted, missed the first half. It was head-on-head contact.
Yeah.
And Samoa versus England Bro League. We are covering that one on the channel. It will be coming up a little bit later on tonight. Alongside that, I believe we are going to be doing Fiji versus Ireland for the first about 50 minutes or so of that contest and then transferring over to the next live stream. So that should be an exciting one. And then after that...
all the rugby's, they don't give a shit, do they? When they've... The times.
Some of them overlap, yeah. Unfortunately. And also come on to Iwi Kiwis, says a Marco there. But now 52 minutes in, England, a replacement halfback, will be putting this ball in now. So going to be a free kick. Over leaning. It's a call from Holly Davidson there. So England now have the option of a scrum or a tap. They decide that the scrum would be the way to go. And also, who do you want to win the quarterfinal or the Qatar World Cup footy? Says JJ. I mean, now that New Zealand aren't in it, it makes it a little bit easier. I guess I will be able to be completely impartial. I'd love to see Australia do well. I don't know if they can win it, but they can certainly hopefully put in a decent enough fight. England, I think, are going to be a tough side to beat. Germany, Spain, France, all those top sides in Europe are going to go pretty well. Also, Up the Kiwi says, no need to ask. And also, don't forget to like the stream. Yeah, you heard the man. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And also, what time Samoa game in New Zealand time? It will be about 3:30 a.m. And also, we have got their Red Bull. Could you guys send a pallet of Red Bull energy drink for the man of the Kiwi lad, says Ryan. Believe it or not, this is something that will kill the brand deal straight away. I've never actually had a Red Bull in my life. So that's probably something that they won't be happy enough with. Your head half disappears when you drink that.
Oh.
Yeah. Black Ferns yet again in a vulnerable position. Yeah, England only 5 meters out with the rolling maul just about to start up. Nicely taken by Abby Ward. Now the march is on again, marching forward. Cocaine. She scored that many tries. We're running out of puns to do with the name, but that is another try. Cocaine's one hell of a drug, and she's just gone in for another.
How the hell do you stop it?
So I've just been reading about CTE from Sports Injury. So, yeah, I think protecting the heads of the players should be a priority. Papua New Guinean Pirates versus Somalian Pirates, says Reese Bell. There, and also it's an unstoppable move. And Scottish referee red card. Do you think England will win? Says Manson. I think if New Zealand can't shut down this rolling maul, it's going to be hard for them. What would happen if one team showed up at their opponent's home ground, finding there's no one there, and looking at the draw, seeing that they are playing them at home? I mean, at international level, you'd like to think that they would know.
Yeah, they sort that shit out.
Where they're playing. But at the lower levels, you do see that happen sometimes. People get mixed up where they're supposed to be. What time the game's supposed to be taking place as well is another one. And perfection, says Dylan G.
Or leaving to go out of town and leaving a player behind.
Top 5 points. Emily Scarrett right up the top with 44. And Woodman, she's sitting there on 35. Of course, they are all from tries scored, but she has been unavailable for pretty much this whole match after getting knocked on the head. Whose ball it is going to be an England kick from the touchline now. A tough one for the English. And cocaine is on cocaine. Well, I assume she got drug tested before the match.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Lining up the kick. It was an important one, and it hasn't quite gone over. So the score now remains at 31 points to 29. Still an extremely close matchup here.
This could go either way. Stop.
Going down to the wire. And also we have got there. Do you see the training for I'm a Celebrity? I have not. Or the trailer, I assume that is. Do you watch I'm a Celebrity? You watch most of the other ones, don't you?
Yeah, not that one. I haven't watched that. Is that the UK one?
And also she's high as a kite, says Carl. And there for cocaine, but it's going to be kicked off by New Zealand. Ruby Tui jumps up and claims the ball. Now New Zealand on attack. And this is pretty much what you got to do. Straight away, go back from defending to the attack. And Luca Connor has a good run up to the 22-metre line now. Going off to the short side. Alana Bremner shut down pretty quickly by the tackle. Almost a turnover opportunity there, but not quite able to. Crystal Murray now has been told to use it. Goes off to Luca Connor again. In Prominence, it's making her way out onto the field, isn't she? Ball is available for New Zealand now. Going off to the left-hand side. Luca Connor again. Gives it off now into the hands of, I believe it was the other Bremner sister. It's a loose ball and it's an advantage to New Zealand. They managed to find the offload. Now Sita Hirini goes across one more to Ruby Tui. It's been relatively quiet throughout this game, but that would have been one of the tasks that England knew that they had to do, and that was shut her down as soon as the match started. Now around the side, Luca Connor, a few extra meters there. Good work from New Zealand with the clean-outs to be able to stop that momentum. Now a flat pass from Renee Holmes. Alana Bremner tries to go through. Another good tackle made by England, and it was the fullback, Kildan, getting involved for that one, who actually scored a try earlier on in the contest. Now back across. Another good run from Damant. Went for the risky offload. It's hit the shin, so it's going to be play on. But England have been able to turn that ball over, so that is a mistake that New Zealand certainly couldn't afford, but they've gone over the ball there. No, it was over the woman, not the ball. Get downfield. Hasn't found touch. New Zealand going to have themselves another attacking opportunity here. It's Renee Holmes going up the field. She's already scored one off 70 metres, but she ended up having a no try in the end.
Settle it down. Settle it down.
And also we have got their wife says, you're awesome, bro, says Shane. Thank you very much, Shane's wife. And also where they're jumping off a building and hanging. Not sure if it was New Zealand or Australia. And they had no idea. Red Roses come on, says JJ Fox. And also we have got there in the chat as well about the Rugby World Cup headquarter raid. He was embezzling tens of thousands of euros. Nice. That's what you want just before a World Cup's being held there, isn't it? All the money going missing. Looks like Crystal Murray might have a little bit of an injury here. Now, they're saying it could be cramp, but she's only been out there for about 4 minutes or so. So I would think it would be tricky to cramp up this early. Chris Evans has said, hi, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing awesome as well. I booked my tickets for the Proclaimers last night, says Kiwi Gamer. Also, Black Ferns don't do anything dodgy now. I need a beautiful try. Tui, Stacey, Sarah, and Portia. All right, anyone of you marvelous woman, said Dewey.
Doesn't look like I'm doing the All Blacks 15. What a shame.
I have to make sure that I actually know the time that that game is taking place.
Well, whatever the All Blacks is, it's 15 minutes beforehand.
Which seems silly.
Well, they reckon, though, over there they don't give a shit because, you know, rugby's not their number one. It's football, soccer.
I'll be back in a second just doing something. And also we have their Ferns need a converted try now soon. Stop offloading, dropping the ball, ladies. And also who's in the lead at the moment? Currently, England have got themselves a 2-point lead, 57 minutes through. And it seems like it's going to be a very close one. Right, we're going to go here onto the schedule. We're going to go down to Sky Sport because that's where it's at. We're going to scroll across to tomorrow morning. And we'll be able to find out because I think they're on separate channels. And the reason for that would be because maybe the overlap. Why was he so excited there, Carlton?
I just had to look up, didn't I?
He just had a little extra excitement inside of his own box, which is interesting. Okay, so New Zealand, Barbarians versus All Blacks 15 is starting at 2:49 a.m. and Scotland versus All Blacks is starting at 3 a.m. That is the coverage anyway. So, yeah, they do overlap in great game. It says, Carl, an exciting close game. Exactly right. Hopefully it is going to remain this close right up until the final whistle, perhaps.
Yeah.
Just to keep us on our toes. Now it's set.
But this is what you want for a final, isn't it? Isn't it, though?
And what score says Marcus Smith? Currently 31 points to 29 in favour of the English. Now another advantage for England at scrum time. Their set play has been a lot stronger than the Black Ferns throughout this match. Abby Dow throws her save or throws herself at the line, and they do get themselves a penalty. It's an interesting one now. It's going to become that last 20 minutes where normally the Black Ferns are at their most dangerous. And also we have got the, are you doing these AB games or Samoa? Says Izzy. So luckily the All Blacks game doesn't overlap with England versus Samoa, as the All Blacks are actually playing on Monday morning rather than Sunday. So what that means is we can do England versus Samoa for the Rugby League World Cup semi-final tonight. And then from there we get to do a couple other games of the international rugby. And then also tomorrow night we do the All Blacks versus Scotland. Just fed the dogs. Rugby is not their cup of tea, says Martha. And also have the Roses had a full team, says Richard. And also we get the LOL, says JJ. And yeah, and also they should they call another scrum? It would have been a good choice, I think. But also the Rolling Moles, they're strong that they don't really need to go for the risk that's going to be now. Yeah, New Zealand.
Good stuff.
It was well done.
It was.
By the Black Ferns, and subscribers is Mr. 635. Yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. We have got plenty more rugby coming in the future. How many minutes currently? Another 20 minutes left or so on the clock now. So there's still plenty of time, isn't there? Still a quarter of the match.
Heaps of time.
Who do you think's got momentum at the moment? For me, it's England.
Yeah, but New Zealand just stopped that. So maybe they might come back into it.
Just inside of their own half here, the Black Ferns. And also, let's go Ferns, says Jimmy Dean.
Yeah.
Cox Edge. I believe they waited extremely late before deciding to put her out on the field or take her off the field last week, didn't they? In fact, I don't even know if they subbed her last week.
No, they didn't.
So they've got quite a wide setup here in the scrum for the Kiwis in terms of that back line. And now it's going to be Cox Edge. Goes for the grubber in behind. It's looking for a bit of territory, but it's going to sit up nicely for England, I would think. Oh, a little bit of an awkward ball, but Kildunn is back there to be able to cover. And now it's the question of, will she be able to break through this New Zealand defence? Ruby Tui makes the tackle on the 22-metre line. And where can we watch live? Your best bet is Spark Sport here in New Zealand. And Channel 3 ITV in England, says JJ Fox, and Ferns for the win, says Hawks, and also Black Ferns score. Yeah, come on. And also we have got there, have you ever thought of doing commentary on someone getting pulled over outside your house? Says Flip Master, that's going to be taken back by England. So now New Zealand get themselves the line out on about 15 metres out from England's line. This is a massive opportunity, but yeah, not much happens on my street.
Huge.
Now, taken back by England. Just those little mistakes can cost you big time in a game like this. And also, let's get a Southern Hemisphere sweep, and we need to score next, says Rice there. Now, Luca Connor throws it in. It's a miscommunication, but it's a knock-on from Alex Matthews. She'll be disappointed with that. So it could have been an easy chance for England to pretty much shut down that attacking opportunity for the Kiwis, but now they have got themselves a scrum feed inside of the 22 of England, the wide back line with Ruby Tui probably waiting out on the wing. And also game of two halves, England at first half, the Ferns for the second half are on to win the World Cup, I hope, says Dione there. And also we have got there, come on, Stacey Cuzzy. Let's go, Ruatoki represent Tuho Nation. And also who's on England at the moment on the pitch. I missed the lineup, says JJ Fox. So what we can do is we can show you the original starting lineup for the English, but they have, of course, made a few changes off the bench already. Now New Zealand looking to use their backline. Nice run from Demand, but they've been able to once again get her down pretty early. Cox Edge looking for the ball. Get it available. Luke O'Connor now with another one. Back across to the left-hand side. Bremner taken down. At the moment, England's defence is doing very nicely for themselves. Although now Luke O'Connor, she starts getting the legs driving, and she's always hard to put down when that is the case. Currently sitting 62 minutes through the contest. 5 metres out from the line now for New Zealand. Looks like Luke O'Connor might be injured. Penalty to England. Yeah, Connor does not look in a good way at the moment. Sarah Hadney just saying, stop the time. She is not good. And just tuned in. What's the score at the moment, please? Says Alvin. At the moment, it is sitting 31 points to 29 in favour of England. The English girls have grits. Come on, 1 down. Still persevering. Says Dylan G. And the Black Ferns might be or must be jealous. They can't play in front of a crowd like this. Says Tawera. A crowd like this, I guess, more often, I assume you're saying, Tawera. It also there kind of needs a rest. Says Hanoi. And come on, ladies. You have this. Come on. Yeah, it's a tricky game to call at the moment. In terms of the back and forth, Barbarians versus New Zealand 15 going to be a cracker. New Zealand 15 dismantled Ireland. So they will definitely have the upper hand. Can't wait to see what Magic, Dylan Lays and Raymond Rule can create out wide for the Barbars. And yeah, it's just a shame those games overlap. If they didn't overlap, we would definitely be covering both of them on the channel. But yeah, it is a shame that they decided they might as well go with the same ones overall. And also we have got the Ferns option taking shocking, says Shane. Yeah, it's just a few decision-making moments in this game could cost them.
Under pressure. That's what pressure rugby does to you, or pressure sport does to you, isn't it?
England still look relatively fresh, though, don't they?
Hey?
England still look quite fresh.
Yeah.
Don't look too tired at this point in time, but maybe in the last 10 minutes, we may see a little bit more of a slower pace from the English. And also, are you going to be covering the Ireland match later today? Indeed, though, Hamish, says Patrick. And he will cover the first 50 minutes. There's not everyday culture. So it seems weird that we can only do a certain amount, but that seems to be what you guys have, I guess, recommended as doing that first part and then switching over to the Rugby League World Cup rather than not doing any of the Fiji versus Ireland game. So that is going to be the plan starting at about 1:55 a.m. That first one will be. And then from there, we will be moving on throughout the night, doing our live streams right through to 11:30 as England got a player sent off. They did indeed. They ended up with Lydia Thompson getting sent off for a red card after the high tackle on Portia Woodman.
I love that. Must have been Pip Love got replaced. So she's running off the field and go.
So there's the last front row replacement for New Zealand.
Yep.
Now another rolling ball for England. It is just so hard to stop, isn't it? They just march and kick hard. New Zealand, I agree, ladies, need to take this game by the horns and come on, making this look harder than it should be. And women are fitter than men. They prove more stamina in high altitude climbing, says Stublet. And wait, Amish, I need to know how the cricket went. It could have gone better. We did end up losing by 9 wickets in the end. Our team got bowled out for 78 runs. A little bit low. I did open the batting, though. I wasn't really expecting to do that, but I managed to get 10 runs.
That's a bit rough, isn't it?
Oh, it's dropped. So I got 1 run for every year that I haven't played cricket. So I got 10 years since I played my last game, and yeah, got out there. Got 10 runs. Not too bad. Everyone also, hooray, says Ion, and also, oh no, not again, and don't know about that. Says not everyday cultures in England was robbed. Our line out, 47 minutes, New Zealand. I would never got that try, says Donovan. And under pressure, definitely, says Martha. But now another change being made. Nan Wu makes her way out onto the field. That is replacing Uruas. So New Zealand almost emptying their bench here.
Well, they've got nothing to lose. They've got to go for it now.
And Solid says not everyday cultures, and also it was a good scrum to the Ferns then, says JJ, and also English props and locks make 8 players. Awesome dedication, says Shane Newton. Yeah, they've certainly been running all around the park here, England. 2 very fit sides.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Coxedge, or Kendra, sorry, puts the ball in for New Zealand. Now going to be going off the back. Nice inside ball after Letting, who's shut down pretty early by England's defence, and 7 minutes left. Come on, ladies, or in fact, 16 minutes left in the contest. Kicked him behind once again from New Zealand, trying to play that territory game. Guess all they need is to try and win that penalty relatively close to out in front. Sarah Hirini. No, she's not quite going to catch it. She tries to get the ankle tap. Now, brilliant run down the wing, muscles up. Huge connection there. I think they want to check this one out, but Kennedy Simon just absolutely rattled the English player. This might be a yellow card. Could be costly. And also, as at VAR, it certainly is. Do you think the English men's cricket coach could have been an All Black? Says Hanoi. Who's their coach at the moment? Brendan McCullum, is it?
No, he's the test match. Is it Collingwood? No, I don't know. Sebastian will know.
And also King Toy said to Lofa Lova. Oh, I love her. Hamish and Mum for Amalosi Ferns get kaha. Says King Toy there. And also we have their clear foul, says JJ, and huge. Says not everyday cultures here. This is going to be a massive call in this game because I think the Kiwi lady, she just put in the hit to try and stop the momentum, but she didn't really think about the hit she was creating by doing so. And this one, I mean, you'd have to say first contact is on the shoulder, which might save her from a red. And I know that a lot of people will say, but that's the same as the last one, but it's not quite.
No, the last one was face on face.
So luckily for number 20 here, Simon, I believe because she's hit her on the shoulder and then it's rode up to the chin, I think it's going to be, yes, it is a yellow card. And can I have a shout out, please? Says JJ Fox. Shout out to you, bud.
Yeah, why not?
And also, Ferns can't afford a card now. And also, what team's got the red card? My brain's running pretty slow at the moment as I've just got back from work, says Hawks. So it was England. Number 14, Lydia Thompson, who did end up with the yellow card. Or sorry, the red card, I should say. Looks like Abigail Dow's looking a bit shaky, isn't she?
They shouldn't even have thinking about it. Take her off.
The fact that she's being held up by two people tells you she is going off for the HIA. Will she stay on or concussed? I think she might have a concussion. And like Carl Tanana is saying, you got to take her off the field. I see. Thank you. Cards are on the game again, says Prack. And also it will be a yellow. It certainly will be for the Kiwis. So now they will have 14 women on the field up till 75 minutes. And then that is when the change comes back and they'll have the extra woman for the final moments of the game. Currently 65 minutes through, though.
Just take her off. Yeah.
Abby Dow is joining back up with the team. I'm not sure how she can do that. Because she got heavily rocked, and I think she was possibly knocked out for a second or two, but she seems to think she's all right.
That doesn't matter whether she thinks that. That's the doctor's call.
It's an interesting one. You really hope she doesn't take another big hit here while she's out on the wing. Is a winger being sent off? So for New Zealand, it was the number 20, Kennedy Simon. And for England, the player who got hit was Abigail Dow. She stayed down for a long time. She was held up by two of the coaching staff, and they said, you're all right, just keep playing. So now can you also shout out my friend's channel, Thomas Pedley is based in England. So you see what Leicester looks like. Says JJ Fox there. Now it's going to be another rolling ball for England. Trying to get this one going forward, but the ball's going to be stuck in there. So I'm trying to stay behind the hindmost foot. Alana Bremner getting involved in that breakdown now. Harrison trying to rip her way through a tackle. She's been driven backwards by her opposite number Demant, though. And she did get a yellow, did she? She did. Indeed. And also doing more rugby after this, indeed, though. Hamish says, Patrick, the next game that we have got is at 2 a.m. The one we taking place, it's a pressure cooker, says Martha. And also final score 31-36. Says Come Sook. So you are saying that we are going to see another try for New Zealand converted for them to win the game. And 14 minutes left, says Not Everyday Cultist. That's a penalty to New Zealand. Right. Kendra Cox said once again considered it. Now, Carlton Nunner keeps on saying about the tap and go. Of course, he's come from the 7th circuit, so he'll always want to see that game accelerating just a little bit quicker. But that time, the penalty
just got to settle it down.
Goes against Abby Ward. New Zealand will now kick this one for touch. Okay, 14 apiece. Ferns are likely to lift. RNE at its best, says Jane Newton. And also we get there 14 minutes left, says Not Everyday Cultist. And also, what half did this happen? She needs to be taken off. Attack her ladies, says Carl. Time is not updating.
Where is it?
Down there. There you go.
That one.
There you go. And also, I was playing at 2 a.m. So that is going to be Fiji versus Ireland. So we will be covering the first 50 minutes or so of that contest. Then from there, we will be switching over to the Rugby League World Cup semi-final between England and Samoa. Massive contest, that one taking place. And then after that, I believe, if our timing's going all right, we will be doing Wales versus Argentina. And then after that one, we are going to be doing another matchup that has taken place between South Africa and France. But Gavin, we have got a donation from Nathan as well. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciate it. You're very happy with that.
Still nowhere near the 200 though.
Yeah, she was driving a hard bargain earlier on. Me mum, but $15 will get you a few beers this one.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Also, we have got there, come on, New Zealand girls. Let's show the ladies show Fozzie. Kane, how it's done. And will you do commentary if New Zealand make it to the men's final? If so, we'll be back and remember me. I'll try and join every stream. But there's a time difference because it's 8:10 a.m. says JJ Fox. So the men, in terms of the Rugby League World Cup, have already been knocked out, unfortunately. Same can be said about the Cricket World Cup. And ka-ching, bling, bling, money ain't a thing, says Marco Vunapola. And New Zealand have played quality rugby. England so one-dimensional. I can see New Zealand snatching this, unfortunately, says Steve a little bit earlier on. Now, the rolling ball, Nunwu takes it nicely. Luca Connor has it at the back. New Zealand are kind of fighting fire with fire here. They've decided if England want to go for their rolling ball all the time, that New Zealand will as well. Now, Kendra Coxedge kicks it in behind, sees a bit of space. It's going to be sitting up now. Awkward bounce, but nicely taken. And now Kildun thought about kicking. Missed tackle there from New Zealand. Not what they would have been wanting. And how can our Wahines not win on our homeland? Says Martin Allgood. Donna, thanks for the support for women's rugby. And it is KO down at can't even buy your subscription for the Rugby League World Cup. Says Robertia.
The women's rugby's been good, though. It's been more exciting than the men's.
A lot of close games.
Yeah.
Now Renee Holmes running up to the halfway line. Kildun makes a great tackle on her. We commentary on New Zealand Qatar matches. New Zealand actually aren't a part of the Football World Cup, sadly. They did get knocked out. But earlier on, John is from Plenum as well. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. And New Zealand come on, says Loud Australia. And also, what half are they in? Says Carl New Zealand just narrowly inside of the half of the English. Although now they've actually thrown the ball back into their own half here. Stacey Flula has to clean it up. Now across Renee Holmes. It's got Letianga on the outside. They go for the kick, and it looked like New Zealand, one of their players down the bottom was just with the hands up in the air going, why are we kicking that one away again? And come on, New Zealand, you have to win something, and England might have it, says Grohl. For me, it's almost, if England score nets, they've won this contest. But if New Zealand score, then you'd have to say they'd be in the box seat, but England still have the potential of being able to fire back. Still 11 minutes, but they can slow it down. Says Grau, yeah, still plenty of time on the clock for both of these sides. Are you a player in the World Cup football? You look like one of those players, says JJ Fox. Not that I know of. Not that I've been told anyway. Although I guess I could say I'm a player in the Football World Cup for New Zealand, seeing as New Zealand haven't made it.
Yeah.
So that's me. And go New Zealand, go, says Gordon. And also will sneak in a cheeky try, says James to come to New Zealand and has got Australian flags. And there says Nate. But now 40 metres out from their own line here. England, it will be Harrison. Oh, it was almost charged down. She's kicked it hard. She's kicked it long, and it's going out on the full New Zealand with the line out here. And I was like, okay, says JJ Fox.
Win.
Okay, they've said it's actually come off New Zealand for the charge down.
Challenge it.
I'll be honest, at this point, no way New Zealand going to get their last try. Says 5'11", Margaret. And also, come on, New Zealand, says Joseph in there, and also England from JJ. So now the line-out throw. It's going to be cocaine once again.
Come on, let's go.
It's a comment from the Scottish commentator, the Scottish referee. Do you think New Zealand will snatch it, says Kumba? I just don't know. If England score again soon, like I think they might be able to, then I think it's going to be danger for the Black Ferns. And New Zealand can do it. They can pull themselves together. And what's your favourite sport, says JJ Fox? Probably rugby union, followed by rugby league. Cricket as well is right up there for myself.
Oh, she didn't.
Okay, she didn't touch the ball.
Touch it.
So they have said that it was. Oh, the assistant referee has stepped in and said there was no touch on that one. New Zealand now have the line-out throw from where it was kicked from. England should have thrown the ball and says,
England shouldn't have waited. They shouldn't have had isn't one of their players down?
Well, I think none of their players were down. They were just having a team huddle.
Wow.
So because of that, it has now meant that they've got the ball back in favour of New Zealand. Let's get that try time train going. Said not everyday cultures in New Zealand will win in memory of Gareth Mason. Says Harishikesh there as well. Although I'm sure he would like to see South Africa also win up against France a little bit later on, G-Man. And also good man, says Martin. And also good job, ref, says Rice. And England have better gameplay. They know how to stop New Zealand's key players. Yeah, we've hardly seen Ruby Tui. Ruby Tui now with the ball, of course, as soon as we mention her. But she hasn't really made too many meters in the process. I think Hirane's been relatively solid throughout this game. Chelsea Bremner hits it up for the Kiwis once again. There's still 10 minutes left on the clock, which is such a long time in a game of rugby union. Great hands from Crystal Murray. Looking for the quick hands again with Stella Hirane, but instead Kendra Coxedge waits for it. That's offside, and that's going to be an advantage against England.
No, it's not.
No. Okay, she jumped the gun a little bit there. I think she was almost in the New Zealand backline before New Zealand's backline was in their backline. Stella Hirane once again with another carry, and yes, New Zealand need that call. Who has the ball at the moment? New Zealand sitting 22 metres out from the English line. Still attacking forward. 5 minutes left of the yellow card. Now on the outside, it's going to be kicked to behind by Teresa Fitzpatrick. It sits up for Stacey Flula. She offloads and scores the try. Letia Inga has got the try. It looks like Stacey Flula may have hurt herself in the process, but New Zealand take the lead back. It's 71 minutes through. We apologise for the loudness of that one. Hopefully the microphone didn't pick it up too badly. And also, there's the All Blacks play against Scotland now or not? No, they actually play in about 48 hours' time, and that is a try and a half from Stacey Flula, finding the offload up to Letia Inga, who scores herself her second try of the game.
That is great skills, ladies.
I was like, yeah, boy, says Joseph. And yes, says the accidental Vikings. I told you they would sneak in a cheeky try, says James Lee.
Did.
And Letia Inga scores the try. New Zealand take the lead now.
Is it enough?
I don't think so.
I don't think it is either.
I think it's going down to the line. Hamish has it. Oh, New Zealand has it. Hamish's mum says given there. And also that one made me jump out of my seat, says Graham. Watching from Spain, go New Zealand.
Yeah.
Says Dave, an absolute magic. Yeah, if there's ever a time to actually pull off a kick, because New Zealand have had a lot throughout this game that haven't come away too well.
Yeah.
But that kick finally worked out. Portia Woodman going off. It's been a blessing in disguise, says Marco. And hopefully they can maintain the pressure coming from England now, says Gumva. And also 13 coming off. Says JJ, yeah, unfortunately, Stacey Flula doesn't look like she's going to be able to continue. She took some heavy contact, but she still was able to find that offload.
And she still grinned. Still had a smile.
Also, we're there for New Zealand, says JJ. And also, let's go. That's the win, says Joseph. Although still plenty of time left. I knew that try time train was coming. Says, no everyday cultist. But yeah, Stacey Flula, she is going to be limping off the field at the moment. She's getting a round of applause from the crowd, though, because they know exactly how big of a moment that one was. Beautiful. And also, yes, New Zealand, great job. Keep pushing to the end, even with no player down. England aren't using wingers. So embarrassing halftime was their wake-up call, being one-dimensional and being stretches, says Steve Lawson. Yeah, as soon as that rolling maul stopped working for England, they haven't had as many, I guess, different looks for the Black Ferns, have they?
No.
Like you mentioned, we've hardly seen it go out wide. Holly Aitchison, I don't even know if her and Emily Scarra have touched the ball much throughout this second half. I look, deja vu, says the dark scar flame there. And also, no way, we lost Portia and Stacey, says Rice. And come on, England is the men of the All Blacks against Scotland now or not day. So it is going to be on Monday morning, 3:15 a.m. New Zealand time. And so because you took one for the nation, mean Māori mean, says Carl. And also, England, pull yourself together. And do you think the red card was intentional to get Woodman out of the game? I don't think so.
No,
I think it was more just she got it very wrong. She just ended up not ducking down. Now an important kick to extend the lead. It's missed away to the side, which now means that 3 points could make it England. How come YouTube doesn't have the England flag? It turns black. It is weird. I think there's a couple other nations that have that same situation. Get this conversion. We need it. And she has missed it. They convert. Not quite. Went out to the left-hand side at Eden Park Fortress. Maintained. Lovely one there, Fern, says John. And up the NZ ladies and go New Zealand from Fiji, says Stanley. So it's going to be kicked off by England with only 7 minutes left on the clock now. Another chance. Try and secure themselves a bit of history. Oh, it's been dropped by New Zealand, but it went backwards. So it's going to be play on just for now. Nice run from Nunwu after regathering. Cornborough has gone off the field. Muir is out there. New Zealand finding another offload to Alana Bremner. Seems to be what they're doing at the moment is just keeping that ball alive, not allowing England the chance in the breakdown. It's going to be kicked across field.
No.
And it's gone into touch. Cocaine's been taken off. for the English. And like Carlton Nana saying, they're just giving away position. And what's the buzz in the stadium like? It sounds like it's rocking back and forth at Eden Park with a sold-out crowd of 50,000 and work it up the field and try for a penalty. Says not everyday cultist and come on, England. That's the thing. If England have one right out in front, do you take the 3 or do you go for the 7 to try and win it? That's going to be stolen by New Zealand at line-out time. Coxedge cleans up. Now goes across. Now, Teresa Fitzpatrick tackled well. New Zealand doing well with the clean out and the breakdown. That's got to be close to a penalty.
Offside.
For now, New Zealand will continue attacking. Crystal Murray, ball on the outside. Now Letianga does a nice step on the inside, moves up to the halfway line. Replacement prop makes a tackle there. Beautiful Black Ferns get another try. Go, baby, go. Says Doobie there. Another run from Luca Connor. Been looking sharp since she came off the bench for New Zealand once again. It's kicked downfield. Was it partially charged or was it just a poor connection? But now New Zealand will find themselves under pressure. That was a great tackle, though, from Ruby Tui, who has hurt her knee in the process. Believes she's got cramp. So she has now joined the line and has to make another tackle while pretty much going on one leg at the moment. She's crawling back to her mark, Ruby Tui. Now, England, they've got the advantage from about 45 metres out. How many minutes left? There are still 5 minutes on the clock here between the two sides. Now, England going wide. Aitchison getting involved. Scarrett. Ball now moves almost up to the 22 for the English. Now, one more across to the left-hand side. 5 minutes on the clock. Good tackle made by Nan Wu. Once again back for England. The draw and pass is looking good so far. New Zealand need to get themselves the turnover in the breakdown. Come on, you mighty England. Says Lewis there. Penalty for New Zealand, though. That will be disappointing for the English, I believe. And then it was Demant who had it. Kendra Coxedge is not too happy about something. When is she happy is my big question.
Never.
Oh,
jeez, this is going to go down to the wire, isn't it?
It's currently 4 minutes left and good one, New Zealand. And don't give away any penalties. Says not everyday cultist and go. The Kiwi woman go. Says Tony and go New Zealand, says Joseph Digby. So currently New Zealand, they will be kicking this one for touch, trying to keep the ball on their side. This is such an important line out.
Oh, it is. It's huge.
And it's going to be Luca Connor. They take the quick tap instead. Demant decides to keep it alive, trying to keep the English guessing, I guess, for the final moments of the game. They need to make sure they continue making meters here, though, or else then that would be a monumental mistake. Nan Wu goes forward. England almost in the breakdown, moving up to the halfway line. Penalty for England and the mistake from the Black Ferns. Who came up with the idea of going for the quick tap? Probably Kendra Coxedge, to be fair. Ruby Tui says, Nate, what are you watching on? I am watching on Spark Sport. Watts says Brack. And also go New Zealand, and I'll keep the ball. Hi, Mum, says Sam.
Oh,
and also silly move for the Ferns.
It was. You got to go percentages.
Yeah, it's not what they want to do. That was crucial.
These guys are going to rolling maul try.
25 metres out now. England will have the ball. Are you serious, my brother? Says Rice, and also you dum-dums. Never mind, we English always need someone or something to whinge about. Says Alan, and also hold the thumbs. Says not everyday contest. Now, 25 metres out, 3 minutes on the clock. The gap has been closed by the two sides. How many minutes left? Just the 3. Rolling more for England. Here we go, says Carl. And is there any way to watch this for free? I believe the highlights will be up on the All Blacks YouTube channel. They've been taken down. Penalty advantage for England. Right, they've got a really good opportunity to kick this one into the corner if they do decide to use those tactics. Instead, though, they will be firing across to the right-hand side. Waiting for the ball to be available. The replacements all working together here for England, trying to keep their stamina up. I think I'm hearing England as the chant at Eden Park, which is an interesting one. But currently 78 minutes through the contest. It's going to be going back for the original advantage, the Ferns as well. And let's go to Kiwi, says Raves. And also, why did they kick it? Why didn't they kick it? It's a great question. And now it's caused all this extra pressure for the Black Ferns. I'll mention anyone who is new. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated, everyone being here. If England take a 3-pointer here, we're going to Golden Point. I want to watch it, says Boss Slayer. So Spark Sport is your best option, but it's not for free. Or if you're in New Zealand TV NZ 3, I believe is your other option. And the quick tap could have cost us the game, and not just the game, the Women's Rugby World Cup. As now England are 5 metres out from the line, and they will go for the rolling maul. They've already scored 3 in this matchup. And sorry, Hamish, it's England.
We've got to contest this. We've got to get this.
New Zealand now with 90 seconds on the clock. Mistake of taking the quick tap. I don't know why they decided it was a good idea, but it could have just cost them a big old trophy. Now going forward, England with the line-out throw. It will be the replacement number 16. Came on the field for Cocaine. It's contested. That's going to be a penalty advantage for England, I would think, with the fact she was brought down in the air. Yes, it is. England have the advantage with 1 minute left on the clock. They're trying to get the rolling ball going, but I believe that ball is actually on the ground, so they do have to use it. It almost becomes a separate rolling ball. Good defense from Luca Connor. England still 5 meters out. I believe there's going to be another penalty advantage for the English. They are looking to close out this game with a win round the side. 2 meters out with 30 on the clock. Now the Black Ferns have to defend with absolutely everything they've got. It's going back for another penalty advantage. And also we have got there, stay strong, Waiani, and whoever wins, it's a good game. Both teams deserve the credit. And also Big Crystal has sideburns, a little suspect. And also, why hold on, ladies and go. The Sheila says AS. Now England 5 meters out. They are kicking for the corner once again. This is 15 seconds left on the clock now.
We've got to get this line out.
They do need to try and win it, but they can't afford to accidentally drag them down, or else that's just another penalty advantage. Any more cards? We've only seen the 1 yellow card and the 1 red card throughout this game. And now the line-out throw, that is the full-time siren. England going to be going up for their rolling maul once again if they can win this line-out. And it's taken by New Zealand. They've stolen it. They're trying to run it towards the touchline. England throwing absolutely everything into it. But New Zealand, they've got the knock-on advantage anyway. And that's the penalty for New Zealand. And they've won the Women's Rugby World Cup. And they are ecstatic at the moment. The Black Ferns narrowly holding on and breaking the English 30-match winning streak. A moment in history at Eden Park for the Black Ferns. Got quite excited, didn't you?
It's just heartbreaking for the English.
As you say, with a massive smile on your face.
Geez, I was shitting myself.
That's going to be We Are the Champs, says Carl there, and that's pretty good, says 5-11, and also this is the best game ever, and decided by the last second, says Spider Meek, but New Zealand, they had to get it right on that final line out, and they just narrowly were able to do so. Weren't pretty taken ugly win. You definitely, says Shane. And let's go, Donna. Says Nathan, what a story. No, 2 weeks of JK and Goldie talking smack, and I've got the chills, guys. It makes up for the Kiwis. And also, what a game. I don't care who wins. Other team know how to put on a show, says Sam there as well.
That's
and
huge
also Scarrett should have kicked.
Isn't it?
It's massive for the Eden Park crowd. 50,000 in attendance. Watching this one, thanks for the stream, Amy. Had to pick up the kids up. Solid man. Says it was a bit earlier on, and also loved your call tonight. Hamish, both you and your mum were better than watching the live game, says Aotearoa. And player of the match, says Joseph. For me, player of the match, I've got to say, I mean, there were little moments from a majority of the players that all kind of stepped up a little bit, but I would actually probably give it to maybe Alana Bremner. I feel like she did all right in this game.
She did.
And also Hamish Black Ferns, our captain, is bad. I think Joe Bow has said there. And also we have got there, what are the odds? The odds are over for this game. And also I love you, New Zealand, says Sweet as with the donation. You're the man, says content. And then congrats, Ferns, well done. And also we were there on the edge of my seat listening. Who's great work, both, says Max there. And also I love this, says your average cat lover. Thanks for the stream, entertaining to watch, says Prack, no worries at all. And we will be back a little bit later on tonight with Samoa versus England in the Rugby League World Cup semi-final. Going to be an epic one as well. So be sure to check out that live stream. Alongside that, we've got Fiji versus Ireland, South Africa versus France, and also Wales versus Argentina is another match that we do want to do on the channel as well. Great way to start my day here, says the Accidental Viking. Yeah, it's nice and early in the morning for you guys overseas. Plenty more rugby taking place later on today, though. And we will be covering as much of it as we physically can on the channel. But what a win for the Black Ferns.
That was awesome.
They've had quite a, I guess you could say, a stressful run for the semis and the finals, haven't they? But they were able to get the job done in the end.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
It is, but yeah, we got there.
And also, hopefully they don't pull the plug on you, says Joseph. They shouldn't do. We've already had quite a few copyright dramas in the past, but hopefully we will be all right for this one. And also we have got their QQQ's not too happy with the fact that the All Blacks did say that they were happy with the win and just want to say, I luck to the English, but the New Zealand, you guys are the biggest cheats ever. You did not deserve to win this game. The referee was on your side. Of course, the Northern Hemisphere referee, Holly Davison from Scotland, just over the bridge from the English.
England. Yeah.
And also, we've got the amazing, they got Lucky New Zealand nice to know they won, though. And also, we have got their F this refs, says QQQ. So I guess.
Why is it always the refs' fault?
It's just the easy way out, I guess you could say. Because England, they had their opportunities to win this game. They were extremely close. All they needed was to get their last line out right. Yep. And they were over and they would have won this World Cup. But it was just those little moments that they got slightly wrong, England. When the pressure was at its highest, it just didn't quite work for them. And can I have a shout out to you, Hunter, and time to do the fireworks and also an exciting game. And the Black Ferns have done us proud, says Martha. And also we have got there, England blame everyone. It's so funny, says Nick 80. I've just realised, because the Black Ferns won, I now have to buy you a Black Ferns kit.
Yes.
So we have to work out the sizes. We'll get that shipped out to you by next week.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Awesome.
If we're lucky.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Appreciate it.
But nonetheless.
Don't have to do a live stream at 4:15 in the morning, though.
That is true. And like and subscribe to this channel now, says Totally Lemon. And he's on the most unpredictable team, says Ryan. But the man can't quite believe it. She is puffing at the moment because she just can't quite believe what has happened. And a lovely commentary, Hamish and your mum, says Kevin Layla. But thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Like I mentioned, we're going to be back later on tonight with more rugby league. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. But thank you all very much for tuning in. And I will see you all for the next one.